The world doesn't owe you anything. Nobody cares about your dreams, your struggles, or your excuses. But you have the power to change your life. In this audiobook, we'll uncover the harsh truth. Success doesn't come easy, and no one's going to hand it to you. It's time to take responsibility, push through the pain, and work harder than ever before. If you're ready to stop waiting for the world to recognize you and start taking massive action, then let's begin this journey to unstoppable success. Chapter 1. The Harsh Truth. Nobody cares. The reality is harsh, but it's something you need to accept. Nobody cares. No one is going to hand you success, and no one is going to feel sorry for you if you don't put in the work. The world doesn't owe you anything, and the sooner you understand this, the sooner you can start making progress. We often wait for recognition, validation, or sympathy from others. But the truth is, people are too busy focusing on their own lives. If you're waiting for someone else to care about your dreams, goals, or struggles, you'll be waiting forever. It's up to you to take ownership of your own success. This doesn't mean people don't care about you, but in the grand scheme of things, no one is going to do the work for you. If you want to succeed, if you want to reach your goals, you have to stop waiting for external motivation or support. You are responsible for your own journey. You are the one who must make the decisions, take the steps, and push forward, even when things get tough. Real success is built on the understanding that you have to go after it yourself. When you face this truth, it frees you from the weight of excuses. It's easy to blame others or circumstances when things don't go your way. If only I had more support, or if only people believed in me, can be tempting thoughts, but they are just distractions. These thoughts keep you stuck. The harsh truth forces you to stop looking outside and start looking inside. It's time to stop waiting for permission or external validation. You have everything you need within you to make things happen. The sooner you stop expecting others to care about your progress, the sooner you can take charge of your future. Life doesn't stop because you're struggling or facing obstacles. The world keeps moving, and success will only come to those who take action, regardless of whether they have support or not. Nobody cares how many times you fail, but they'll notice when you succeed. And that success is earned through hard work, persistence, and the relentless pursuit of your goals. This truth might sting, but it also brings clarity. It's up to you. You are the creator of your success, and once you internalize that, you can stop looking for reasons to quit and start finding reasons to keep going. The world won't care if you give up, but you'll regret it if you do. Push through the obstacles, trust in your own strength, and build the life you want. It's time to face the truth. Nobody cares, but that's what makes you unstoppable. Chapter 2. Embracing Self-Reliance. Self-reliance is one of the most empowering qualities you can develop. It's the understanding that you are the one responsible for your success, your happiness, and your future. No one is going to walk your path for you, and no one is going to do the work necessary for you to achieve your dreams. The sooner you embrace this truth, the sooner you can start building the life you desire. Relying on others for support, motivation, or guidance is fine in some cases, but ultimately, the power to create your own future lies in your hands. When you embrace self-reliance, you stop waiting for external factors to shape your life. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions, the right opportunity, or someone to step in and help. Instead, you become the driver of your own success. You realize that your actions and decisions determine where you end up. It's about taking full responsibility for your life and knowing that you have the power to control the outcomes, no matter what obstacles arise. Self-reliance doesn't mean doing everything alone. It means understanding that you can seek help when needed. But you don't need others to validate your worth or success. It's about building the inner strength and resilience to keep moving forward when things get tough. It's about not relying on anyone else to make things happen. You have everything within you to accomplish your goals. The more you rely on your own abilities and trust yourself, the more confident and capable you become. Embracing self-reliance also means learning to trust your own judgment. There will be many decisions you'll need to make on your journey, and others may not always agree with your choices. That's okay. You don't need everyone's approval to move forward. Trusting yourself means being confident in your ability to make the right choices, even when there's uncertainty. It's about trusting your instincts, listening to your inner voice, and taking bold action without needing constant reassurance from others. Being self-reliant doesn't mean you won't face challenges. In fact, you will encounter many. But the difference is that when you are self-reliant, you approach those challenges with a mindset of problem-solving rather than defeat. You know that challenges are simply part of the process, and you embrace them as opportunities to learn, grow, and improve. Self-reliance gives you the strength to push through when times get tough, and the confidence to keep moving forward, no matter what comes your way. When you rely on yourself, you also begin to see failure differently. Instead of fearing failure, you begin to see it as a stepping stone to success. Failure is an opportunity to learn, adjust, and try again. When you are self-reliant, you don't let failure define you. You understand that it's not about how many times you fall, but about how many times you get up. Self-reliance allows you to bounce back, no matter how many times you stumble. In embracing self-reliance, you also develop the ability to motivate yourself. While it's easy to look for motivation from others, relying on yourself to stay motivated is more sustainable in the long run. Motivation comes from within when you believe in your goals and trust in your ability to achieve them. It's about setting a clear vision for your future and committing to the actions that will get you there, even when the road is challenging or uncertain. Self-reliance also means learning to manage your time and resources effectively. When you are in charge of your own success, you understand the importance of prioritizing your time and making the most out of each day. You set clear goals, stay organized, and take focused action. By doing so, you ensure that you are consistently moving closer to your dreams and avoiding distractions that take you off course. Another aspect of self-reliance is building your own support system. While self-reliance means not depending on others for validation, it doesn't mean isolating yourself. You can surround yourself with people who uplift and support your goals, but you are not relying on them to do the work for you. A strong support system is one that encourages your independence, cheers you on as you move forward, and helps you stay accountable to your own growth. In conclusion, embracing self-reliance means stepping into your own power and recognizing that you are the key to your own success. It's about taking full responsibility for your actions, trusting yourself, and refusing to let external circumstances dictate your path. With self-reliance, you have the strength, the determination, and the confidence to face challenges head-on, pursue your goals relentlessly, and create the life you want. It's time to stop waiting for others to step in and start realizing that you are capable of achieving everything you set your mind to. Chapter 3. Taking responsibility for your success. Success is not something that happens to you. It's something you create. The first step toward creating the life you desire is taking full responsibility for your success. No one else is responsible for where you are today, and no one else will be responsible for where you go tomorrow. When you take ownership of your actions, decisions, and outcomes, you empower yourself to take control of your future. Success doesn't come from luck, circumstances, or waiting for the perfect opportunity. It comes from your ability to make the right choices and to keep moving forward, no matter what obstacles you encounter. Taking responsibility for your success means acknowledging that you are the one who determines your path. It's easy to blame others or external situations when things don't go as planned. Maybe you didn't get the job you wanted, or maybe things aren't going as smoothly as you had hoped. But instead of pointing fingers or feeling sorry for yourself, taking responsibility means asking yourself, what can I do differently? What actions can I take to change the outcome? It's about being proactive and making the necessary adjustments to keep moving toward your goals. When you take responsibility, you stop making excuses. Excuses are a way to justify inaction or to avoid accountability. But when you fully embrace responsibility, you stop allowing excuses to control your actions. There are always external factors that can influence your journey, but how you respond to them is entirely up to you. Whether it's a setback at work, a failed attempt, or a personal challenge, you have the power to decide how to handle the situation. Taking responsibility means acknowledging that your success doesn't rely on perfect conditions, but on your ability to adapt and continue working hard. Owning your success also involves owning your failures. Failure is often seen as something to avoid, but in reality, it's an essential part of the journey. Each failure teaches you something valuable, whether it's a lesson in resilience, a reminder to improve your approach, or a nudge to keep going. When you take responsibility for your failures, you stop seeing them as setbacks and start seeing them as opportunities to learn and grow. The most successful people are those who have failed multiple times, but continued to move forward, improving with each step. Taking responsibility for your success also means setting clear goals and making a plan to achieve them. It's not enough to simply wish for success or hope that things will work out. You have to take action. This requires setting specific, measurable goals and creating a roadmap to reach them. Responsibility means knowing what you want and being willing to do what it takes to achieve it. Without clear goals and a plan, success remains a vague idea, but when you take responsibility, you create the path to get there. Another key aspect of taking responsibility is mastering self-discipline. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your success. It's easy to be motivated when things are going well, but discipline is what keeps you moving when motivation fades. Taking responsibility for your success means committing to the hard work, consistency, and sacrifice that will get you closer to your goals. It's about sticking to your plan, even when things get tough, and continuing to take the small steps that lead to big results. Taking responsibility also means recognizing when you need help and seeking it. While self-reliance is important, no one achieves success entirely on their own. Sometimes taking responsibility means reaching out to others for guidance, support, or mentorship. Acknowledging that you need help doesn't mean you are weak. It means you are smart enough to recognize that collaboration and learning from others can accelerate your growth. By taking responsibility for your own development, you position yourself to continually improve and expand your knowledge. One of the most powerful aspects of taking responsibility is the ability to control your mindset. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your success. When you take responsibility for your mindset, you stop allowing negative thoughts, doubts, and fears to control your behavior. Instead, you choose to adopt a positive, growth-oriented mindset that empowers you to take action. Taking responsibility means refusing to let circumstances or setbacks dictate how you think or feel. You have the power to choose how you respond to every situation. In conclusion, taking responsibility for your success means becoming the architect of your life. It's about stopping the blame game and instead looking inward to see what you can control. Success is not a matter of luck or circumstances. It's about your decisions, your actions, and your commitment to your goals. When you fully embrace responsibility, you stop being a passive observer of your life and become an active participant in creating the future you want. It's time to stop waiting for things to change and start making things happen. Your success is yours to own. Now take control. Chapter 4. The reality of hard work. Hard work is the foundation of any successful journey. The reality is that there are no shortcuts to achieving your goals, and no matter how much we wish for instant success, it requires effort, sacrifice, and a relentless commitment to progress. While others might seek the easy path or look for a magic solution, those who succeed understand that hard work is the true driver of achievement. It's about putting in the effort consistently, even when it feels challenging, tiring, or when you feel like giving up. The journey to success is long and often difficult, but the rewards are worth the struggle. Hard work starts with a mindset shift. It's not enough to simply wish for success or have big dreams. You need to be willing to roll up your sleeves and get to work. This means committing to the process, understanding that it might take time, and being prepared for setbacks along the way. When you commit to hard work, you accept that results won't come overnight, but that through consistent effort, you'll start to see the progress you desire. It's about cultivating the mindset that you are willing to do whatever it takes, no matter how long it takes, to achieve your dreams. The reality of hard work is that it's often uncomfortable. It's easy to be motivated when things are going well, but when you face resistance or obstacles, that's when hard work truly matters. Success doesn't come from avoiding the hard tasks or waiting for the perfect moment. Instead, it comes from pushing through the discomfort, continuing to move forward even when things are tough. The most successful people are those who show up day after day, even when they don't feel like it. They understand that perseverance is a critical part of the journey. Another part of hard work is discipline. It's about maintaining focus and consistency over time. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and the results you want. When you set out to accomplish something, you must be disciplined enough to take the necessary steps each day, even when motivation wanes. It's easy to procrastinate or make excuses, but discipline forces you to take action whether you feel inspired or not. Without discipline, hard work can easily become inconsistent, leading to incomplete projects or goals left unmet. Hard work also requires sacrifice. To achieve your goals, you will likely need to give up certain comforts, luxuries, or time spent on things that don't align with your objectives. Sacrifice is part of the equation. It's about prioritizing what matters most to you and putting your energy into actions that will move you closer to success. This might mean late nights, early mornings, and making decisions that others may not understand. But in the end, the sacrifices you make will pay off as you create the life you want. The reality of hard work is that it's often a long, slow process. It's easy to become discouraged when results aren't immediate, but those who succeed understand that great things take time. There will be moments when you feel like nothing is happening, when you're not seeing the rewards for your effort. However, success is the result of cumulative progress. Even when it seems like nothing is moving, the work you are putting in is laying the groundwork for future success. The slow, steady progress you make today will eventually lead to big results down the road. Hard work is also about overcoming obstacles. Every journey will have bumps along the way, but the reality is that these obstacles are part of the process. When you encounter setbacks, it's not an excuse to quit. It's an opportunity to learn, grow, and adjust your approach. Those who embrace hard work don't let obstacles defeat them. Instead, they see challenges as opportunities to prove their resilience and creativity. By working through these hurdles, you build the strength and experience necessary to tackle even greater challenges in the future. The reality of hard work is that it requires focus. In a world filled with distractions, staying focused on the task at hand is one of the hardest aspects of the work process. It's easy to get sidetracked by social media, emails, or other distractions, but true success comes from the ability to focus and dedicate yourself to the task in front of you. Focus allows you to make the most of your time and energy, ensuring that every effort you put in is moving you closer to your goals. Hard work also means taking responsibility for your failures. It's easy to blame others or external circumstances when things don't go as planned, but successful people take ownership of their mistakes. They understand that failure is part of the process, and it doesn't define them. Instead of letting failure derail their efforts, they use it as feedback to improve, adjust their strategy, and keep moving forward. The most successful people are those who can learn from their failures and use those lessons to fuel their next effort. The reality of hard work is that it demands perseverance. There will be times when you feel like giving up, when the task at hand seems too overwhelming, but perseverance is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't. It's the ability to keep going when things get tough, to push through the fatigue, the frustration, and the doubt. Perseverance requires belief in your vision, trust in the process, and the determination to never quit, no matter how many setbacks you face along the way. Another critical element of hard work is maintaining a positive attitude. While hard work can be exhausting, staying positive helps you stay motivated and focused on the long-term rewards. It's easy to get bogged down by negativity or frustration, but a positive attitude helps you stay resilient. When you maintain a positive outlook, you are more likely to find solutions to problems, stay motivated during tough times, and stay committed to your goals. Optimism fuels hard work and helps you maintain momentum, even when things aren't going as planned. Hard work also involves working smarter, not just harder. While putting in the effort is important, efficiency is just as critical. Successful people understand the value of working intelligently, utilizing their time and resources effectively. This means prioritizing tasks, eliminating distractions, and using tools and strategies that help streamline the process. Working smarter ensures that you're not wasting time on activities that don't move you closer to your goals, allowing you to focus your energy on what truly matters. Hard work requires passion and drive. Without a genuine passion for what you're working toward, it can be difficult to maintain the necessary effort over time. When you love what you do, hard work becomes less of a burden and more of a fulfilling pursuit. Passion provides the fuel that keeps you moving when motivation fades and when challenges arise. It's the intrinsic drive that helps you stay focused on your vision and puts you in the mindset to tackle whatever lies ahead. The reality of hard work is that it often goes unnoticed. You may put in hours of effort, make countless sacrifices, and overcome numerous obstacles, but the results may not always be immediately visible to others. This can be frustrating, especially when you don't get the external validation you might hope for. However, the truth is that the work you put in today will eventually show results, even if no one notices in the moment. Success is built behind the scenes, through consistent, invisible effort that will eventually be recognized. In conclusion, the reality of hard work is that it's demanding, uncomfortable, and often slow, but it's also the key to success. It requires commitment, sacrifice, discipline, and an unshakable belief in your ability to achieve your goals. Hard work doesn't guarantee an easy path, but it does guarantee progress. If you're willing to put in the effort, face the challenges, and persevere through the tough times, you will create the life you desire. Remember, hard work is the ultimate equalizer. Those who put in the effort will always find a way to succeed. Chapter 5. Overcoming Excuses and Procrastination. Procrastination and excuses are two of the greatest obstacles standing between you and your success. They are the silent killers of potential, stopping you from taking action and making progress. When you let procrastination take control, you are essentially choosing comfort over progress. The longer you delay taking action, the more difficult it becomes to push through the mental barriers you've created. Excuses, on the other hand, serve as a shield, protecting you from facing the discomfort of hard work and responsibility. The truth is, excuses are nothing but distractions, and they prevent you from achieving your fullest potential. Procrastination often stems from fear of failure, fear of the unknown, or even fear of success. It's easier to delay or avoid taking action because it allows you to avoid confronting your fears. But by doing so, you are only reinforcing your lack of progress. Every time you procrastinate, you are choosing inaction over the chance to grow, learn, and achieve. It's a cycle that can only be broken when you face your fears head-on and decide to take action, regardless of how uncomfortable it may feel. Excuses are often born from self-doubt. They give you a reason not to do something, whether it's, "I don't have enough time," "I'm not qualified," or "it's not the right time." These excuses allow you to hide behind them rather than confronting the real issue, your own fears and insecurities. The reality is, no one has the perfect set of circumstances to start. There will never be a perfect time, a perfect situation, or a perfect moment to begin. The most successful people don't wait for the stars to align. They make the best of what they have and take action anyway. To overcome procrastination, you must break the cycle of delaying action. Start small, but start now. Taking the first step, no matter how small, is often the hardest, but once you do, momentum builds. The key is to stop waiting for the perfect time and simply begin. Procrastination thrives when you put off tasks indefinitely, but once you start, you'll quickly realize that the fear and resistance you felt were much worse than the task itself. The act of starting is often what frees you from the grip of procrastination. It's also important to understand that procrastination is a habit, not an inherent part of who you are. Like any habit, it can be broken. You don't need to let procrastination define you. Start by identifying the underlying reasons for your procrastination. Are you overwhelmed by the size of the task? Are you afraid of failure? By addressing the root cause of your procrastination, you can find ways to overcome it. One of the most effective techniques is breaking large tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. By focusing on one small part at a time, you eliminate the feeling of being overwhelmed, making it easier to take the first step. Excuses are a form of self-sabotage. They are a way to justify inaction and to avoid taking responsibility. When you make excuses, you are denying yourself the opportunity to grow. Each excuse you make chips away at your confidence and builds a narrative of failure. The more you use excuses to avoid doing the work, the harder it becomes to believe in your own abilities. To overcome excuses, you must take ownership of your actions and stop giving yourself permission to avoid discomfort. Accept that discomfort is part of the process and choose to take action anyway. To combat procrastination and excuses, it's essential to build self-discipline. Discipline is the muscle that allows you to push through the resistance you feel and continue taking action even when you don't feel like it. It's easy to be motivated when you're inspired, but discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades. It's the practice of showing up every day, doing the work, and staying consistent even when you don't feel like it. Building discipline is a gradual process, but with each day that you take action, you build a stronger foundation for success. One powerful way to overcome procrastination is to create a sense of urgency. Often, we procrastinate because we don't feel the immediate need to act. By setting deadlines or giving yourself a specific time frame to complete a task, you create the pressure needed to get started. A sense of urgency pushes you to act before procrastination takes hold. By committing to a deadline, you hold yourself accountable and force yourself to make progress. This simple shift in mindset can dramatically increase your productivity. Another effective strategy for overcoming procrastination is to eliminate distractions. The modern world is full of distractions that can easily derail your focus. Whether it's social media, email, or even household chores, distractions are designed to pull your attention away from your priorities. To overcome procrastination, you must actively remove or limit these distractions. Turn off notifications, set designated work hours, or create an environment that is conducive to focus. By eliminating distractions, you allow yourself to stay present and give your full attention to the task at hand. The key to overcoming excuses is replacing them with action. Every time an excuse arises, challenge it. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen if I take action right now? Often, you'll find that the consequences of inaction are far worse than taking the risk of moving forward. Action, no matter how small, propels you forward and builds momentum. Each time you act, you reinforce the belief that you are capable, and you break free from the cycle of excuses. Accountability is another powerful tool in overcoming procrastination and excuses. When you share your goals with others and have someone to hold you accountable, you increase your chances of success. Accountability partners can help keep you on track, remind you of your commitments, and provide support when you feel like quitting. By having someone else invested in your success, you make the process less solitary and more structured, which helps you stay committed to your goals. Procrastination and excuses also thrive in isolation. It's easy to make excuses when no one is watching or when you're not being held accountable. But when you surround yourself with motivated, action-oriented individuals, you are more likely to rise to the occasion. Seek out people who inspire you, people who push you to do better, and people who are also committed to their own success. When you build a supportive network, you eliminate the temptation to procrastinate and make excuses. Another way to defeat procrastination is by practicing self-compassion. Often we procrastinate because we fear making mistakes or not being perfect. This fear of failure can paralyze us, keeping us stuck in inaction. However, when you learn to embrace imperfection and recognize that failure is a part of the process, it becomes easier to take the next step. Treat yourself with kindness when you face setbacks or mistakes, and use them as learning opportunities instead of reasons to quit. The more compassionate you are with yourself, the less likely you are to procrastinate out of fear. Finally, overcoming procrastination and excuses requires shifting your mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. A fixed mindset tells you that your abilities are limited and that failure means you're not good enough. A growth mindset, on the other hand, embraces challenges and sees failure as an opportunity to learn. When you adopt a growth mindset, you stop seeing procrastination as an escape from failure, and instead, you view taking action as a way to grow and improve. Embrace the idea that every step you take, no matter how small, is part of the process of becoming better and more successful. In conclusion, overcoming procrastination and excuses requires commitment, self-discipline, and a willingness to take action, no matter the obstacles. Procrastination feeds on fear, doubt, and discomfort, but when you face these head-on and push through, you break free from the cycle. By eliminating excuses, building accountability, and staying focused on your goals, you can take control of your actions and move toward the success you deserve. The reality is simple. If you want to succeed, stop procrastinating, stop making excuses, and start taking action today. Chapter 6. Turning failure into fuel. Failure is often seen as something negative, something to avoid at all costs. But what if failure is actually one of the most powerful tools for your success? The reality is that failure is not the end of the road. It is a stepping stone that provides invaluable lessons and insights. It's through failure that you gain the experience, resilience, and knowledge necessary to move forward and ultimately succeed. Instead of seeing failure as a setback, embrace it as a powerful force that can propel you closer to your goals. The first step in turning failure into fuel is reframing your perspective. Most people see failure as something to fear, but successful individuals understand that it's an inevitable part of growth. When you fail, you learn what doesn't work, which brings you one step closer to finding what does. Failure is feedback. It tells you where you need to improve, what needs to change, and what's worth pursuing. When you view failure as a learning opportunity, it stops being something to dread and becomes a tool to accelerate your progress. One of the biggest obstacles in embracing failure is our fear of judgment from others. Society tends to associate failure with weakness or incompetence, but this view is misleading. In reality, every successful person has experienced failure along the way. The difference is how they respond to it. Instead of letting failure define them, they use it as motivation to work harder, smarter, and more efficiently. Learning to ignore the fear of judgment and focusing on your own growth is essential in transforming failure into fuel for success. Failure also teaches resilience. Every time you face a setback, you are given the opportunity to build mental and emotional strength. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, and it is a key ingredient to long-term success. When you turn failure into fuel, you learn not to give up, even when things get tough. You learn to keep going when everything seems to be falling apart. This resilience allows you to face future challenges with confidence, knowing that you can handle whatever comes your way. Another way failure fuels success is by increasing your self-awareness. When you fail, you are forced to reflect on your actions, choices, and mindset. This reflection helps you identify areas where you can improve and grow. It pushes you to ask tough questions like, what could I have done differently? And what did I learn from this experience? Through self-reflection, failure becomes an opportunity for self-improvement, helping you make better decisions moving forward. Failure can also sharpen your focus. When things don't go as planned, it forces you to reevaluate your strategy and goals. This clarity helps you identify what truly matters and what needs more attention. Instead of remaining stuck in the same routine, failure pushes you to reconsider your approach and adapt. By turning failure into fuel, you become more intentional about your actions, ensuring that your efforts are directed toward what truly drives your success. Failure can fuel your creativity as well. When your usual methods don't work, you are forced to think outside the box. This creative problem-solving can lead to breakthroughs that wouldn't have happened otherwise. Failure encourages innovation, pushing you to find new ways of doing things. Instead of getting discouraged by a failed attempt, you use it as an opportunity to explore new strategies, approaches, and perspectives that can ultimately lead to success. Turning failure into fuel requires taking full responsibility for your actions. It's easy to blame external factors for your failure, but successful people know that they must take ownership of their mistakes. When you take responsibility, you stop playing the victim and start taking proactive steps to improve. This mindset shift empowers you to take control of your future and prevents you from repeating the same mistakes. Responsibility is key in using failure as a tool for growth and advancement. Additionally, failure builds your confidence. It may seem counterintuitive, but the more you fail, the more you learn to trust yourself. With every failure, you gain new insights and become better equipped to handle future challenges. Overcoming failure helps you build the confidence to take risks, try new things, and continue pushing toward your goals. Instead of fearing failure, you begin to see it as a necessary part of your journey, something that makes you stronger and more capable. Failure can also teach you patience. Success doesn't come overnight, and failure shows you that achieving your goals requires time, effort, and perseverance. When things don't work out, it's easy to get frustrated or discouraged. But by embracing failure and using it as fuel, you learn to remain patient and stay focused on the bigger picture. You begin to understand that the road to success is often long and winding, and that's okay. Patience allows you to stay the course and keep working toward your vision, even when progress seems slow. Another benefit of failure is that it builds grit, the determination to keep going despite difficulties. Grit is what separates those who succeed from those who quit. It's about having the mental toughness to keep moving forward, even when things don't go as planned. Failure is one of the best teachers of grit because it challenges you to keep pushing when everything inside you wants to quit. By embracing failure, you strengthen your resolve and become more determined to achieve your goals, no matter the obstacles in your way. When you face failure and overcome it, you also learn humility. Failure reminds you that you are not infallible and that there is always room for improvement. It's a humbling experience that keeps you grounded and prevents you from becoming complacent. Humility allows you to approach future challenges with an open mind, ready to learn from your mistakes and grow. Rather than letting success go to your head, failure keeps you focused on continuous improvement, helping you stay humble and hungry for growth. Failure also forces you to reevaluate your priorities. When things don't go as planned, it often leads to a reassessment of what truly matters to you. Are you on the right path? Are your goals aligned with your values? These are the questions that failure prompts you to ask. By reevaluating your priorities after a failure, you ensure that you are moving toward something meaningful and that your efforts are being invested in the right direction. Another important lesson from failure is adaptability. Things rarely go as expected, and the ability to adapt to changing circumstances is crucial for success. When you fail, you learn to adjust your approach, strategy, or mindset to accommodate new information or challenges. The more you experience failure, the better you become at adapting to change. This adaptability allows you to stay flexible and resilient, giving you the ability to thrive in any situation. Failure also builds your capacity to handle rejection. Whether it's being turned down for a job, a project, or a partnership, failure teaches you to handle rejection with grace. Instead of taking rejection personally or allowing it to discourage you, you learn to see it as an opportunity for growth. Failure helps you develop a thick skin and teaches you not to let setbacks define your worth. Rejection becomes just another part of the process, something you can handle and learn from, rather than something that stops you in your tracks. Failure fuels a sense of urgency. When things don't go as planned, you realize that time is precious and that every moment counts. Instead of procrastinating or delaying action, failure motivates you to move quickly and decisively. You learn that time waits for no one, and the longer you put things off, the further away your goals will become. Failure gives you the urgency to take immediate action, to make decisions quickly, and to focus on what's most important. Finally, embracing failure allows you to develop empathy. When you fail, you understand what it feels like to struggle, to face setbacks, and to feel discouraged. This experience makes you more compassionate toward others who are going through similar challenges. Failure teaches you that everyone faces difficulties, and that success often comes after many failures. This empathy allows you to connect with others on a deeper level and to support them on their own journeys. In conclusion, failure is not something to fear or avoid. It is something to embrace. It is a powerful tool that can fuel your success and help you grow in ways you never imagined. By shifting your perspective and using failure as a source of motivation, you can turn setbacks into opportunities for growth. Failure teaches resilience, patience, creativity, and confidence, all of which are essential for success. Instead of letting failure hold you back, use it to propel you forward, knowing that every failure is one step closer to your ultimate goal. Chapter 7. Building Unstoppable Discipline. Discipline is the cornerstone of success. While talent, intelligence, and luck may provide some advantages, discipline is what truly separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't. Discipline is the ability to stay focused, stick to your commitments, and push through challenges even when you don't feel like it. It's not about relying on willpower alone, but about building a system of habits and behaviors that consistently move you closer to your goals. If you want to achieve greatness, discipline is your secret weapon. But discipline isn't something you're born with. It's something you build step by step over time. The first step in building discipline is understanding that it's a skill, not an inherent trait. Just like any other skill, discipline can be developed with practice. It doesn't matter if you've struggled with procrastination or inconsistency in the past. You can start developing discipline today. It's about committing to small daily actions that support your long-term vision. As with any skill, the more you practice discipline, the stronger it becomes. You don't need to rely on bursts of motivation to get things done. You need to create a disciplined environment that ensures you take consistent action toward your goals. One of the most powerful ways to build discipline is by creating routines. Successful people don't rely on motivation to get things done. They rely on habits. When you create a routine, you remove the need for decision-making, which can lead to mental fatigue and procrastination. Instead of deciding every day whether or not to work on your goals, your routine makes the decision for you. Whether it's a morning routine that sets the tone for the day, or a nighttime routine that ensures you wind down effectively. Having a set structure minimizes distractions and helps you stay on track. Another key to building discipline is setting clear, specific goals. Vague goals like, "I want to be successful," or "I want to lose weight," won't give you the focus and drive needed to stay disciplined. You need to be specific. "I want to write 1,000 words every day," or "I will work out for 30 minutes every morning." Clear goals make it easier to take consistent action, as they provide a roadmap for your efforts. When your goals are specific, you can break them down into manageable steps, making it less overwhelming and easier to stay disciplined over time. While setting goals is essential, it's equally important to track your progress. Discipline thrives on consistency, and when you track your progress, you can see how far you've come. This helps you stay motivated and focused on the bigger picture. Tracking progress also allows you to identify patterns or behaviors that might be hindering your discipline. If you're consistently failing to meet a certain goal, tracking can help you figure out what adjustments you need to make in your routine or strategy. The more you track, the more accountable you become to yourself, which builds a sense of ownership over your success. Staying disciplined also requires mental toughness. There will be days when you don't feel like working, when you're tired, or when obstacles seem insurmountable. This is when mental toughness becomes essential. Mental toughness means continuing to take action even when it's difficult, uncomfortable, or when you feel like giving up. The key is to train your mind to persevere through adversity. This doesn't mean pushing yourself beyond your limits every day, but it does mean not giving up at the first sign of difficulty. Building mental toughness is about strengthening your resolve and refusing to let temporary setbacks derail your progress. Another aspect of building discipline is learning to manage distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, emails, and endless notifications pull our attention away from the tasks at hand. If you want to build unstoppable discipline, you need to create an environment that minimizes distractions. This might mean turning off your phone, setting specific times to check emails, or working in a quiet space. By eliminating distractions, you give your mind the focus it needs to stay on track and complete tasks efficiently. Discipline thrives when you protect your time and attention. While it's important to stay focused, discipline also involves knowing when to rest. Too many people push themselves to the brink of burnout in their pursuit of success. Building discipline doesn't mean working around the clock without taking breaks. It means knowing when to recharge and when to push through. Rest is crucial for maintaining long-term productivity and avoiding exhaustion. Disciplined people understand the importance of balancing hard work with rest. When you give yourself time to recover, you ensure that you have the energy and focus needed to continue working toward your goals. One of the most challenging aspects of discipline is overcoming the urge for instant gratification. In a world filled with distractions and quick rewards, it's easy to want results now, but true discipline means delaying immediate pleasure for long-term gain. Whether it's resisting the temptation to check social media while you work or forgoing a short-term treat for long-term health goals, building discipline is about making choices that align with your long-term vision. The more you practice delayed gratification, the easier it becomes to resist temptations that take you away from your goals. Discipline is also about maintaining consistency, even when results aren't immediately visible. When you first begin a new habit, it's easy to become discouraged if you don't see progress right away. However, discipline means sticking with it, even when the results seem far off. It's about trusting that the effort you're putting in today will pay off tomorrow. Every small, consistent action compounds over time, and it's the cumulative effect of your disciplined efforts that leads to success. The key is to trust the process and keep showing up, even when you don't see immediate rewards. In order to build unstoppable discipline, you need to cultivate a strong sense of accountability. This means holding yourself responsible for your actions and outcomes. Discipline can be difficult when no one is watching or when you don't have an external accountability partner. That's why it's important to hold yourself to a higher standard. Whether it's by tracking your progress, setting deadlines, or setting consequences for not meeting your goals, holding yourself accountable helps you stay disciplined and committed. You are your best accountability partner. A powerful way to build discipline is by visualizing success. When you have a clear image in your mind of what success looks like, it makes it easier to stay motivated and disciplined. Visualization helps you connect with your deeper desires and reinforces your commitment to achieving them. It's a reminder of why you're putting in the hard work and staying consistent, even when it feels difficult. By visualizing your success regularly, you keep your goals top of mind, which reinforces your discipline and drive. Discipline is a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it. At first, it might feel difficult to stay disciplined, especially if you're not used to consistently working toward your goals. But just like lifting weights builds muscle, the more you practice discipline, the easier it becomes. Start small. Commit to one task, one habit, or one goal, and work on building discipline around it. Over time, you'll see your ability to stay focused and committed grow, making it easier to take on bigger challenges. Another important aspect of discipline is learning to say no. Discipline often means saying no to things that aren't aligned with your goals or values. It's about understanding that every yes to something that doesn't support your growth is a no to something that could. Saying no is not always easy, especially when it involves disappointing others, but it is essential for maintaining your focus and discipline. By learning to prioritize what truly matters, you safeguard your time and energy for the things that move you closer to your goals. You also need to learn how to handle setbacks. No journey is without challenges, and there will be times when things don't go as planned. Building discipline means being able to handle setbacks with grace. Instead of letting setbacks derail your progress, use them as an opportunity to learn and improve. A setback doesn't mean failure. It means you have an opportunity to adjust your strategy and keep moving forward. Discipline is about how you respond to challenges. It's about staying committed even when things don't go as planned. Discipline is about having a clear vision for your life and the ability to break it down into actionable steps. When you have a clear vision, you know where you're going, and this makes it easier to stay disciplined. Without a vision, it's easy to get distracted by shiny objects or irrelevant tasks. But with a clear, compelling vision, you know exactly what you're working toward. This clarity helps you maintain focus and discipline as you move forward. One of the most powerful ways to build discipline is by celebrating small wins along the way. Discipline doesn't mean you have to wait until you've achieved your ultimate goal to feel successful. Celebrate each small step you take toward your larger vision. These small wins keep you motivated, reinforce your discipline, and remind you that you are making progress. Every step forward is a victory, and by acknowledging and celebrating these wins, you stay energized and focused on the bigger picture. In conclusion, building unstoppable discipline is about making consistent, focused effort a part of your daily life. It's about developing habits, routines, and mindsets that keep you moving forward, even when things get tough. Discipline doesn't come naturally for most people. It's something you build and strengthen over time. By setting clear goals, eliminating distractions, and staying committed to your path, you can develop the discipline needed to achieve anything you desire. Keep practicing, stay focused, and watch how discipline turns into the ultimate tool for achieving your success. Chapter 8. Developing a relentless mindset. A relentless mindset is the key to overcoming obstacles and achieving greatness. It's the ability to push forward no matter how difficult the journey becomes, and it is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. Developing a relentless mindset requires resilience, determination, and an unwavering belief in your ability to reach your goals. It's about never backing down, even when the odds are stacked against you. When you cultivate this mindset, you become unstoppable, capable of tackling any challenge and pushing through any adversity. The foundation of a relentless mindset is belief in yourself. It's essential to trust in your own abilities and understand that you have everything within you to achieve your goals. When you truly believe in yourself, you can face challenges with confidence and never question your potential. Belief in yourself fuels the energy you need to keep going when things get tough. It empowers you to take bold actions, even when the path ahead is unclear. Without self-belief, the journey becomes much harder, but with it, the impossible becomes possible. Relentlessness is also about perseverance. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, when the task ahead feels too big, too overwhelming, or too difficult. But it's in these moments that perseverance matters most. It's about continuing to take action, even when the results aren't immediate, when you don't feel like it, or when you're exhausted. Perseverance means that no matter how many times you fail, you keep going, because you understand that every step forward, even if it's small, brings you closer to your goal. Another essential component of a relentless mindset is the refusal to be defeated by failure. Failure is inevitable. It's not a sign that you're not good enough, but an indication that you need to adjust your approach. People with a relentless mindset don't fear failure. They embrace it. They know that failure is a part of the process and an opportunity to learn. When you face failure head-on and refuse to let it define you, it no longer becomes a roadblock but a stepping stone to success. Relentlessness also means taking full responsibility for your life and outcomes. Instead of blaming circumstances or other people for your situation, a relentless mindset takes ownership. When you realize that you are the one in control of your destiny, you stop waiting for things to happen and start making things happen. This shift in mindset empowers you to take action, make decisions, and course-correct when necessary. Taking responsibility means refusing to accept mediocrity and striving for excellence, no matter how difficult the journey becomes. A relentless mindset requires a commitment to personal growth. It's about constantly improving and pushing yourself to new limits. People with a relentless mindset know that they are never finished with their growth. They are always striving to become better, smarter, and stronger. They are dedicated to lifelong learning, whether that means reading books, learning from mentors, or pushing themselves out of their comfort zones. Growth is a continuous process, and the relentless person never stops working on themselves. Another powerful aspect of a relentless mindset is the ability to stay focused on the bigger picture. It's easy to get caught up in the small setbacks or distractions that come along the way, but those with a relentless mindset are able to keep their eyes on their ultimate goals. They understand that the road to success is rarely straight, and that they must remain flexible and adaptable. Focus on your ultimate vision, not on the temporary discomforts or setbacks. This ability to stay focused helps you push through adversity and remain motivated, even when progress seems slow. Relentlessness is not about working harder for the sake of working harder. It's about working smarter. People with a relentless mindset know how to make their efforts count. They set clear priorities, eliminate distractions, and focus their energy on the actions that will move them closer to their goals. Working smarter means using your time and energy efficiently, not burning yourself out by doing everything. It's about making each action count and ensuring that your efforts align with your long-term vision. Developing a relentless mindset also involves cultivating mental toughness. Mental toughness is the ability to stay strong and calm under pressure, and it's essential for overcoming obstacles. Life will throw challenges your way, and how you respond to them will determine your success. Mental toughness means not being swayed by difficulties or setbacks, but remaining focused and determined no matter the circumstances. By building mental toughness, you equip yourself with the resilience needed to weather the toughest storms and come out stronger on the other side. One key trait of a relentless mindset is the willingness to take risks. Those with a relentless mindset understand that in order to achieve something great, they must step outside their comfort zone and embrace uncertainty. Taking risks is a natural part of growth, and it's something that the relentless person embraces. Whether it's starting a new business, taking on a challenging project, or trying something you've never done before, embracing risk allows you to expand your horizons and reach new heights. Without taking risks, you remain stagnant. Relentlessness also means being able to recover quickly from setbacks. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go according to plan, but the relentless person bounces back quickly. Instead of staying stuck in frustration, They assess what went wrong, learn from the experience, and move forward with greater determination. This ability to recover quickly from disappointment is one of the defining features of a relentless mindset. It allows you to maintain momentum even after facing setbacks. In order to maintain a relentless mindset, you must develop an unwavering sense of discipline. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation wanes, and it's essential for staying on track toward your goals. A relentless person doesn't wait for inspiration to strike. They take action regardless of how they feel. They create routines, follow through on their commitments, and stay consistent even when it's difficult. Discipline builds the foundation for relentless progress, ensuring that you keep moving forward no matter what. Relentless people also know the importance of persistence. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't work out as expected, but persistence is the key to achieving success. When you persist, you keep going, no matter how many obstacles or challenges you face. You are willing to put in the work and stay committed, even when things don't go as planned. Persistence means you don't quit when things get hard. You press on until you've achieved what you set out to do. Having a relentless mindset also means staying positive in the face of adversity. Positivity fuels your perseverance, resilience, and determination. While it's natural to feel down during tough times, the relentless person refuses to let negativity take hold. Instead of dwelling on the negative, they focus on solutions, learning opportunities, and ways to move forward. Positivity helps you maintain the energy and enthusiasm needed to keep working toward your goals, even when challenges arise. Another important aspect of a relentless mindset is the ability to stay humble. While relentless people are driven to achieve their goals, they understand the importance of staying grounded. Humility allows you to keep learning, keep growing, and keep improving. It prevents you from becoming complacent or arrogant and reminds you that there is always room for improvement. By staying humble, you open yourself up to new ideas, feedback, and opportunities for growth, all of which contribute to your relentless pursuit of success. Relentlessness also requires the courage to keep moving forward, even when the path is uncertain. The fear of the unknown can paralyze many people, but those with a relentless mindset have the courage to take the next step, even when they don't have all the answers. They trust that as long as they keep moving forward, the path will become clearer. This courage allows them to break through fears and limitations, taking the necessary risks to achieve their dreams. Finally, a relentless mindset means never losing sight of your why. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind, but the relentless person keeps their ultimate purpose in mind. They know why they are doing what they are doing and use that as motivation when times get tough. Your why is what drives you to keep going, even when it feels impossible. It gives you the strength to persevere and the clarity to stay focused on your goals. By keeping your purpose at the forefront, you remain motivated and driven, no matter how difficult the journey may be. In conclusion, developing a relentless mindset is about cultivating the inner strength, resilience, and determination to keep pushing forward, no matter what obstacles you face. It's about developing belief in yourself, taking risks, staying disciplined, and embracing challenges with positivity. A relentless mindset doesn't just focus on the destination, it's about the journey and the relentless pursuit of growth and success. When you adopt this mindset, you become unstoppable, capable of achieving your dreams no matter how tough the road gets. Keep pushing, stay focused, and never back down. Chapter 9. The Power of Consistency. Consistency is the silent force behind every great achievement. It's easy to get excited about new projects, goals, or ideas, But the key to long-term success lies in your ability to show up every single day, regardless of how you feel. Consistency is not about doing something perfectly, but about making small, incremental improvements over time. It's the difference between fleeting enthusiasm and sustained progress. While talent and motivation can spark action, consistency is the force that turns effort into results. Consistency transforms your intentions into tangible success. The first step in harnessing the power of consistency is creating a routine that supports your goals. Routines remove the need for decision-making, reducing mental fatigue and helping you focus on what truly matters. When your actions are part of a consistent routine, they become automatic, making it easier to stay on track. A well-crafted routine ensures that each day, no matter how busy or challenging, contributes to your long-term vision. This consistency is what keeps you moving forward, even on days when motivation is lacking. One of the greatest benefits of consistency is its ability to build momentum. Just like a snowball that starts small but gains speed and size as it rolls, consistent action leads to compound growth. At first, progress may feel slow, and the results may not be immediately visible. But over time, consistency builds momentum, and small efforts add up to something much greater. The more you stay consistent, the easier it becomes to continue, as the momentum from your previous actions fuels your next steps. Consistency also teaches patience. In a world where instant gratification is often the norm, learning to be patient with the process is essential. Success doesn't come overnight, and many of the most worthwhile goals take time to achieve. Consistency teaches you to trust the process and trust yourself, knowing that every small step taken today is a step closer to your larger vision. This patience allows you to stay focused on the long-term benefits, even when immediate results are not visible. When you remain consistent, you also build discipline. Discipline is the ability to stick to your commitments, even when the excitement or motivation fades. It's about showing up, doing the work, and staying committed to your goals, regardless of your emotional state. Consistency strengthens your discipline by turning good habits into a way of life. As you continue to make consistent efforts, you develop the resilience and focus needed to stay on track, no matter how challenging the journey may become. Another benefit of consistency is the creation of a growth-oriented mindset. When you consistently put in the work, even when progress seems slow, you start to see setbacks as learning opportunities rather than failures. The consistency of effort allows you to reflect on what is working and what isn't, helping you adjust and improve. This mindset shift is critical to long-term success, as it encourages you to see challenges as part of the process rather than reasons to quit. The more consistent you are, the more you cultivate the mindset that growth comes from continuous effort. Consistency is also key to building confidence. When you consistently take action, you start to build a track record of success, no matter how small the victories may be. Every time you follow through on your commitments, you reinforce your belief in your own abilities. This growing confidence keeps you motivated and propels you to take even bolder steps toward your goals. Consistency creates a cycle of success that builds on itself, continually increasing your confidence and your sense of self-worth. One of the most powerful aspects of consistency is how it builds trust in yourself. Trust is the foundation of any successful endeavor, and it starts with believing that you will follow through on your commitments. Consistency creates that trust by showing you that you can count on yourself to take action, even when things get tough. As you develop this trust, you begin to feel more empowered to take on new challenges, knowing that you have the discipline and determination to stay consistent until you succeed. Consistency also helps you develop resilience. There will be moments when you want to give up, when you feel defeated or discouraged. But the power of consistency lies in the ability to push through these moments. By consistently taking small steps forward, even in the face of adversity, you develop the resilience needed to keep going. Each challenge you face and overcome becomes an opportunity to strengthen your resolve. The more consistently you persevere, the more resilient you become, preparing you for even bigger challenges in the future. Consistency helps eliminate distractions. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get sidetracked by the latest trend, the newest project, or the constant noise of everyday life. But when you commit to consistency, you develop the ability to stay focused on what truly matters. By establishing clear goals and routines, you reduce the likelihood of being pulled off course by distractions. Consistency keeps you aligned with your purpose, ensuring that your energy and attention are directed toward actions that contribute to your long-term vision. Consistency also allows you to measure progress. One of the most difficult aspects of any journey is not knowing whether you are moving forward. With consistency, progress becomes measurable. Whether you're working on building a business, improving your fitness, or learning a new skill, consistency allows you to track your progress over time. These tangible results provide motivation, helping you stay focused and encouraged as you continue moving forward. The more consistent you are, the clearer the path to success becomes. The beauty of consistency is that it doesn't require perfection. It's easy to get discouraged when things aren't going exactly as planned, but consistency is about showing up, even when things aren't perfect. Perfectionism can paralyze you, but consistency allows you to move forward without the need for everything to be flawless. It's about making progress, not being perfect. As long as you continue to show up and put in the effort, you are building the momentum necessary for success. Consistency also helps you stay accountable. When you commit to a consistent routine, it becomes easier to stay on track with your goals. By creating a habit of taking action, you hold yourself accountable for your progress. It's much harder to ignore your responsibilities when you've made a commitment to consistency. Whether it's checking in with your goals daily, tracking your progress, or setting regular deadlines, consistency creates a structure that ensures you stay accountable to yourself and your vision. When you cultivate consistency, you also develop time management skills. Consistency requires you to prioritize your tasks, eliminate distractions, and manage your time effectively. By integrating small, consistent efforts into your daily routine, you learn to manage your time more efficiently, ensuring that you are always working toward your goals. The more you practice consistency, the better you become at organizing your time and focusing on tasks that move you closer to your desired outcomes. Consistency helps you stay emotionally grounded. When things get difficult or challenging, it's easy to be swept away by your emotions. But by maintaining a consistent routine and approach, you develop the emotional stability to stay calm in the face of adversity. Consistency allows you to manage your emotions, preventing frustration, anger, or self-doubt from interfering with your progress. When you remain consistent, you stay focused on the bigger picture and are less likely to be derailed by temporary setbacks. One of the most powerful aspects of consistency is its ability to create long-term results. Unlike short bursts of effort or momentary inspiration, consistency is what leads to lasting success. It's the small, consistent actions taken every day that lead to significant long-term achievements. Whether you're building a business, improving your health, or mastering a new skill, consistency is what ensures that your efforts pay off in the long run. In conclusion, consistency is the key to achieving lasting success. It's not about working harder or faster, but about showing up every day and doing the work. Whether you're just starting on your journey or you've been at it for years, consistency is what propels you forward. By developing a consistent routine, staying focused on your goals, and trusting the process, you will build the momentum and resilience necessary to achieve your dreams. Success doesn't come from a single action or a moment of inspiration. It comes from consistent, focused effort over time. Chapter 10. Mastering Self-Motivation. Self-motivation is one of the most powerful tools you can possess. It's the driving force that pushes you forward when external sources of inspiration fade and when others are not there to cheer you on. While motivation from external sources like others' support or material rewards can ignite action, it is self-motivation that sustains you through the long, difficult stretches of your journey. Mastering self-motivation is essential for achieving your goals and creating the life you want. It's about learning how to generate the energy and enthusiasm to take action, even when motivation feels scarce. The foundation of self-motivation is a clear sense of purpose. When you are connected to a deeper why behind your actions, it becomes much easier to push through moments of doubt or fatigue. Your purpose gives you direction and meaning, transforming your daily tasks from mere chores into meaningful steps toward your larger vision. When your actions are tied to a higher purpose, every challenge feels more manageable and you are more likely to stay motivated even when the road ahead seems long. Another powerful tool for self-motivation is setting specific, measurable goals. Without clear goals, motivation can easily wane as you lack direction or a sense of progress. Goals act as milestones, giving you something to aim for and something to celebrate when achieved. When you set specific, realistic goals, you break down overwhelming tasks into manageable steps. Each time you hit a goal, no matter how small, you give yourself a reason to keep going, reinforcing your sense of accomplishment and motivating you to continue. To maintain self-motivation, it's important to develop a positive mindset. Your thoughts have a profound impact on your emotions and actions. If you focus on negativity, self-doubt, or failure, you will struggle to stay motivated. However, when you cultivate a mindset of possibility, optimism, and gratitude, your motivation naturally grows. Positive thinking helps you see setbacks as temporary and challenges as opportunities for growth. This mindset shift makes it easier to keep moving forward, even when you encounter difficulties. Self-motivation also requires discipline. Discipline is the ability to take action even when you don't feel like it. It's the commitment to do what needs to be done, even in the face of distractions, procrastination, or fatigue. While motivation can fluctuate, discipline ensures that you continue making progress regardless of how you feel in the moment. By cultivating discipline, you build the structure and consistency that are essential for sustaining long-term motivation. Another key to mastering self-motivation is creating an environment that supports your goals. Your environment has a huge influence on your ability to stay motivated. If you are surrounded by distractions or negativity, it becomes much harder to stay focused on your goals. To enhance your self-motivation, create an environment that inspires you, minimizes distractions, and reinforces the behaviors you want to cultivate. This could mean decluttering your workspace, spending time with positive, motivated people, or setting up reminders that keep you on track. The environment you create helps keep your motivation levels high. Celebrating small wins is an essential aspect of maintaining motivation. When you complete a task or reach a goal, take the time to acknowledge and celebrate your success. This reinforces the positive behavior and creates a sense of momentum. Small wins, when celebrated, build your confidence and remind you that progress is being made. The more you celebrate, the more motivated you will feel to tackle the next step in your journey. This process helps to create a cycle of motivation that propels you forward. One of the most common reasons for losing motivation is burnout. When you push yourself too hard without taking adequate breaks or setting boundaries, your energy and motivation can quickly diminish. To prevent burnout and maintain long-term motivation, it's important to practice self-care and ensure you balance your work with rest. Taking breaks allows you to recharge, refocus, and return to your tasks with renewed energy. Without self-care, it becomes difficult to stay motivated, as exhaustion and frustration can take over. Another powerful way to stay motivated is by tracking your progress. When you keep track of your efforts, you can see how far you've come, which helps maintain motivation. Tracking allows you to celebrate milestones and recognize areas where you may need to improve. Whether you keep a journal, use an app, or simply make a checklist, seeing your progress visually reinforces your commitment and keeps you focused on the long-term rewards. Self-motivation also means learning to embrace discomfort. The path to success is rarely easy, and there will always be times when you feel uncomfortable, uncertain, or even afraid. But it's during these moments of discomfort that growth occurs. When you learn to push through discomfort and take action despite fear or resistance, you build the resilience and strength that sustain long-term motivation. Growth happens when you step outside of your comfort zone, and embracing discomfort helps you stay on track even when things aren't easy. Visualization is another powerful tool for boosting self-motivation. When you vividly imagine yourself reaching your goals and enjoying the rewards of your hard work, you create a mental image that can keep you motivated. Visualization taps into the emotional power of your goals, making them feel more real and achievable. The more you visualize yourself succeeding, the more motivated you will feel to make that vision a reality. Visualization acts as a constant reminder of why you are working hard, helping you stay connected to your purpose and passion. A critical part of mastering self-motivation is learning to deal with setbacks effectively. Everyone encounters obstacles along the way, and how you respond to them determines whether they derail your progress. Rather than allowing setbacks to kill your motivation, use them as opportunities to learn and grow. Reflect on what went wrong, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward. The ability to bounce back from setbacks, rather than giving up, is one of the most powerful ways to sustain your self-motivation. Another important aspect of maintaining motivation is surrounding yourself with supportive, positive influences. While you are responsible for your own motivation, the people you spend time with can either lift you up or drain your energy. When you surround yourself with individuals who support your goals, share your values, and encourage your progress, you create an environment that fosters motivation. Positive relationships provide accountability, inspiration, and the belief that you can achieve anything, which strengthens your own motivation to continue. Sometimes, a lack of motivation stems from a lack of clarity. When your goals are unclear or too vague, it can be difficult to find the energy to pursue them. To boost your motivation, get crystal clear on what you want to achieve. Break your goals down into specific, actionable steps and focus on one thing at a time. Clarity gives you the direction and purpose you need to stay motivated, as it provides a clear vision of where you're headed and how to get there. Self-motivation thrives when you are connected to your passion. When you're passionate about something, motivation becomes a natural byproduct. It's easy to stay motivated when you love what you're doing. If you're struggling to find motivation, reconnect with the deeper reasons why you started in the first place. Remind yourself of the excitement, the joy, or the fulfillment that pursuing your goals brings. Passion reignites motivation. providing the fuel you need to keep going when it starts to fade. Developing self-motivation also means learning to accept that you won't always feel motivated. Motivation isn't always going to come naturally, and there will be days when you feel uninspired or exhausted. The key to maintaining progress is to take action regardless of how you feel. By showing up, doing the work, and staying committed to your goals, you build a habit of self-motivation that works even when motivation is low. Consistency in action creates its own momentum, ensuring that you keep moving forward even on your toughest days. It's also important to practice patience when it comes to self-motivation. Motivation isn't a constant state, it ebbs and flows. Rather than expecting to feel motivated all the time, accept that motivation is something that comes in waves. The key is to stay persistent even when motivation is low. Trust that it will return, and in the meantime, continue to take small actions that keep you moving forward. Patience ensures that you don't become discouraged during the inevitable times when motivation fades. Finally, remember that self-motivation is not just about pushing yourself relentlessly. It's about cultivating a sense of fulfillment along the way. Enjoy the process of growth, the learning, and the small wins that happen every day. When you focus on the journey, rather than solely on the destination, you make motivation a sustainable part of your life. This mindset keeps you excited and energized, not just for the end result, but for every step you take toward your goals. In conclusion, mastering self-motivation is a lifelong process, one that requires intention, discipline, and consistency. It's about cultivating a mindset that fuels action, staying focused on your goals, and pushing through challenges. By connecting to your purpose, developing a positive mindset, celebrating progress, and surrounding yourself with supportive people, you create an environment that sustains motivation. Whether motivation is high or low, the key is to keep taking action, knowing that each step you take brings you closer to success. Mastering self-motivation is not about relying on an external source to get things done. It's about harnessing the power of your internal drive. It's easy to wait for the perfect moment or the right set of circumstances, but self-motivation teaches you to create your own opportunities. When you take full ownership of your actions, you stop waiting for things to fall into place and begin making things happen. This self-empowerment makes you the leader of your own life, ensuring that you are always in control of your destiny. A critical aspect of maintaining long-term motivation is managing your energy. Motivation isn't just about mental focus. It's about the energy you bring to the task at hand. When you're physically and mentally drained, it's harder to stay motivated, no matter how strong your willpower is. Developing habits that enhance your energy, such as getting enough sleep, eating healthily, exercising, and managing stress, helps you maintain the drive needed to continue moving forward. Motivation thrives when your body and mind are functioning at their peak. It's important to acknowledge that self-motivation is not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. There will be times when you fall off track, make mistakes, or get discouraged. But the key to maintaining motivation is learning to forgive yourself and get back on track. Perfectionism can cripple your progress, as it creates unrealistic expectations and unnecessary pressure. Embracing imperfection allows you to stay focused on growth instead of getting stuck in the fear of making mistakes. Accept that failure is part of the journey and use it as motivation to improve. Building self-motivation is also about developing the ability to delay gratification. In a world that encourages instant satisfaction, the ability to resist immediate rewards in favor of long-term success is a powerful skill. Whether it's resisting the urge to check your phone during work hours or postponing a short-term pleasure to focus on a bigger goal, delaying gratification strengthens your self-control and focus. Over time, you begin to see that the rewards from long-term commitment far outweigh the temporary pleasures that come with distractions. Another crucial factor in mastering self-motivation is learning to prioritize your efforts. The most successful people are those who know how to identify what's most important and focus their energy on those tasks. Without clear priorities, it's easy to get sidetracked by less important tasks that feel urgent but don't contribute to your long-term vision. When you prioritize, you ensure that your efforts are always aligned with your most important goals. Self-motivation thrives when you direct your energy to what matters most. One of the secrets to staying motivated is celebrating progress, no matter how small. Often people focus too much on the end goal and overlook the importance of the small steps taken along the way. Acknowledging these small wins is crucial because they provide a sense of accomplishment and momentum. Each time you achieve a small victory, you reinforce the belief that you are capable and that progress is happening. Over time, these small wins add up to significant success. Additionally, keeping your goals visible and in front of you helps maintain motivation. Whether it's by writing them down and posting them somewhere prominent, or creating a vision board, having constant reminders of what you're working toward keeps your mind focused on the bigger picture. This visual reinforcement makes it easier to stay motivated, especially when you feel distracted or uninspired. A clear, visible goal keeps you grounded and aligned with your intentions, reminding you of the purpose behind your daily actions. Mastering self-motivation also involves finding what truly drives you. Not all forms of motivation are created equal. What inspires one person may not work for another. Some people are motivated by their desire for success, others by a deep sense of purpose, and some by the challenge of overcoming adversity. By understanding what drives you, you can tap into a source of motivation that will keep you moving forward. Reflecting on your why is crucial, because when you align your goals with your core values, your motivation becomes more sustainable and authentic. The journey of self-motivation requires you to stay adaptable. Life is unpredictable, and things won't always go as planned. Sometimes you'll encounter roadblocks that force you to rethink your approach. The ability to adapt while staying motivated is a crucial skill. Whether it's adjusting your goals, shifting your priorities, or finding a new way to approach a challenge, flexibility allows you to stay on course even when circumstances change. A flexible mindset is essential for maintaining motivation through the ups and downs of your journey. In addition to adaptability, mastering self-motivation also means learning how to manage your time effectively. Time is a precious resource, and how you manage it determines how much you can accomplish. Successful people know how to manage their time wisely, breaking down large tasks into smaller, manageable chunks and allocating time to work on them consistently. Time management enables you to avoid procrastination and stay on track, ensuring that every minute spent working toward your goals is productive. One of the most overlooked aspects of self-motivation is learning to stay connected to the joy of the process. Often, we get so focused on the end result that we forget to enjoy the journey. However, when you embrace the process and find fulfillment in the work itself, motivation becomes intrinsic. It's not just about reaching the destination, but about finding passion and purpose in each step along the way. When you love what you're doing, you don't need external rewards to keep you going. The work itself becomes its own reward. Furthermore, self-motivation thrives on maintaining balance. It's easy to get caught up in the grind and push yourself too hard. However, a relentless drive can lead to burnout. If you don't make time for rest, relaxation, and enjoyment, balancing work with self-care is essential for maintaining long-term motivation. When you take care of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being, you replenish your energy, which in turn fuels your motivation. Balance helps prevent exhaustion, keeping you motivated and ready to tackle the next challenge. Creating a support system also plays a significant role in fueling your self-motivation. While self-motivation comes from within, having people around you who encourage and support your efforts can amplify your drive. Surrounding yourself with positive, like-minded individuals who share your goals or who encourage your growth can provide the reinforcement and accountability needed to stay on track. Their support acts as an external source of motivation that strengthens your internal drive. In addition to your support system, self-motivation thrives when you maintain a sense of urgency. It's easy to let time slip away when you're not actively pursuing your goals. Creating a sense of urgency gives you the push to take action, ensuring that you don't procrastinate or get complacent. A sense of urgency keeps your goals at the forefront of your mind, reminding you that every moment counts and that consistent action is required to make progress. Another key aspect of self-motivation is learning how to stay present. Focusing on the present moment instead of getting lost in the past or future helps you maintain motivation. Often, we lose our drive when we get overwhelmed by the enormity of our goals or the mistakes we've made in the past. Staying present allows you to focus on what you can do right now, which is the only thing that truly matters. Focusing on the present moment keeps you grounded and motivated to take action, one step at a time. A powerful way to stay motivated is to continually remind yourself of your achievements. We often focus too much on what we haven't accomplished yet, but it's just as important to acknowledge what you've already achieved. By regularly reflecting on your progress and accomplishments, no matter how small, you remind yourself that you are capable and that you are making headway. This reflection boosts your confidence and reignites your motivation to keep moving forward. Finally, embracing consistency is one of the most important habits for sustaining self-motivation. While motivation can come and go, consistency is what ensures that progress is made, regardless of how you feel in the moment. By making consistent effort a habit, you turn motivation into a natural, ongoing part of your routine. It's the small actions repeated daily that compound into major achievements. Consistency, more than any single burst of motivation, is what keeps you moving steadily toward your goals. In conclusion, mastering self-motivation is a dynamic and multifaceted process. It's about cultivating belief in yourself, developing habits of consistency and discipline, and surrounding yourself with the right mindset and environment. Self-motivation requires you to embrace the journey, celebrate the progress, and continue working toward your goals even when external motivation fades. It's a skill that you can develop over time, and once mastered, it becomes the driving force behind everything you want to achieve. With self-motivation, nothing is impossible, only what you choose to pursue. Chapter 11. Outworking your competition. Outworking your competition is the ultimate advantage in any field. While talent, resources, or connections may offer a temporary edge, it is sheer determination and relentless effort that creates lasting success. The willingness to work harder than anyone else can push you ahead when others take shortcuts, grow complacent, or rely on luck. If you can master the art of working harder and smarter, you will leave your competitors behind, not by coincidence, but by consistent effort and commitment. Outworking your competition isn't just about putting in longer hours. It's about dedicating yourself to constant improvement, taking ownership of your success, and ensuring that every action you take brings you closer to your goals. The first step in outworking your competition is understanding that success is not handed to you. You must be willing to put in the work that others are unwilling to do. Whether it's the extra hours spent honing your craft, learning new skills, or simply staying focused when others are distracted, this commitment is what will set you apart. Those who succeed are not necessarily the most talented, but the ones who are most dedicated. They are the ones who show up every day, ready to do whatever it takes to get closer to their goals, regardless of how much effort it requires. Outworking your competition requires you to embrace the grind. The process of becoming exceptional in any field is long, difficult, and often tedious. It's not glamorous, and it's certainly not easy, but the ability to stay focused on the long-term vision while grinding through the day-to-day challenges is what separates those who reach the top from those who fall by the wayside. Embrace the idea that success is not a sprint, but a marathon, and your relentless effort over time will be the key to outworking everyone else. One of the most important elements of outworking your competition is consistency. It's easy to work hard for a short burst, but true success comes from consistently showing up every single day. While others may take days off, procrastinate, or make excuses, you remain dedicated to your craft. Consistency ensures that you are always improving, always learning, and always progressing toward your goals. When you show up day after day, your competitors won't stand a chance because you are outpacing them with your unwavering commitment. Outworking your competition also means taking the time to build better habits. Success doesn't happen by accident, and it doesn't happen overnight. It's the product of daily decisions, small but consistent efforts, and continuous improvement. By building good habits that support your goals, you ensure that your work becomes a part of your routine and doesn't require constant effort or willpower to maintain. Whether it's practicing your skills every day, getting up early to work, or planning your day the night before, creating a routine of excellence will make outworking your competition second nature. Another critical component of outworking your competition is time management. Time is the one resource that you can never get back, and those who are successful know how to use it wisely. While others may waste time on distractions or unnecessary tasks, you focus your time and energy on the actions that will lead you closer to your goals. Time management allows you to make the most of every moment, ensuring that each task you complete contributes to your progress. By mastering your time, you can work smarter, not just harder, giving you an even greater advantage over your competition. To truly outwork your competition, you must also be willing to sacrifice. Success requires sacrifices, whether it's time, comfort, or convenience. Those who are unwilling to make sacrifices often find themselves falling behind when their competition is willing to put in the work, even if it means giving up something in the short term. Sacrificing time with friends, giving up a few hours of sleep, or saying no to distractions are all part of the equation. But these sacrifices pay off when you look back at the progress you've made and the success you've achieved. While working hard is essential, working smart is equally important. Outworking your competition doesn't mean you have to work endlessly without a strategy. It means being intentional and focused with your efforts. You must always ask yourself, what's the best use of my time right now? And ensure that every action you take is aligned with your larger goals. Working smarter allows you to maximize your output without burning out, ensuring that your hard work is always directed toward high-value tasks that yield the best results. Outworking your competition also requires resilience. There will be times when you fail, when things don't go as planned, or when you hit a roadblock. How you respond to these setbacks will determine whether you stay ahead of the competition or fall behind. Resilience means picking yourself up, learning from your failures, and continuing to work harder even when it feels like everything is working against you. It's the ability to keep moving forward, no matter the circumstances, that will ensure you continue to outpace others. One key aspect of outworking your competition is a relentless commitment to learning. The most successful people are those who continuously improve themselves, whether it's by reading, learning new skills, or seeking feedback. They understand that knowledge is power, and they invest in their own growth regularly. Outworking your competition means being willing to go the extra mile to expand your skill set, stay up to date with industry trends, and find new ways to get better. The more you learn, the more valuable you become, and the harder it is for your competition to keep up. Another powerful strategy for outworking your competition is to be proactive. Waiting for things to happen or relying on luck won't get you very far. Instead, take control of your situation and actively look for opportunities to move forward. This could mean reaching out to potential clients, making connections, or finding new ways to innovate. Being proactive ensures that you're always ahead of the curve, constantly moving toward your goals and creating new paths for success. A key to outworking your competition is maintaining focus. The world is full of distractions that can easily pull you off track, but those who succeed are those who can remain focused on their objectives. Focus means eliminating unnecessary tasks, avoiding distractions, and putting all your energy into the work that matters. The ability to stay laser-focused on your goals, regardless of external noise, will set you apart from others who get sidetracked by trivial pursuits. Outworking your competition also means taking responsibility for your results. The most successful people take ownership of their actions and outcomes. They don't blame circumstances, luck, or other people. Instead, they recognize that their success is the result of their hard work, commitment, and decisions. This mindset empowers you to keep pushing forward, knowing that every setback is just another opportunity to improve and grow. When you take full responsibility for your success, you ensure that you have the power to shape your future. You must also build a strong sense of accountability. Without accountability, it's easy to procrastinate or let things slide. But when you hold yourself accountable for your actions, you are more likely to stay on track and put in the effort needed to succeed. Whether you have an accountability partner, track your progress, or set clear milestones for yourself, having accountability keeps you motivated and on the path toward outworking your competition. Consistency is another essential element in outworking your competition. While others may give up after a few failures or setbacks, those who succeed are consistent in their efforts. They understand that success is not about occasional bursts of effort, but about consistently showing up day after day and putting in the work. Over time, this consistency builds momentum and the results start to compound, giving you a significant edge over those who are inconsistent. Outworking your competition also requires a mindset of abundance, not scarcity. When you believe that there is enough success to go around and that your efforts can create opportunities, you are more likely to take bold actions and push beyond your limits. A scarcity mindset, on the other hand, holds you back with fear and insecurity. The belief that success is a limited resource can cause you to hesitate or hold back, which gives your competition the upper hand. By adopting an abundance mindset, you create opportunities for yourself and set the stage for long-term success. In conclusion, outworking your competition is not just about working harder. It's about working smarter, remaining disciplined, and staying committed to continuous improvement. It's about pushing through adversity, sacrificing when necessary, and maintaining resilience in the face of setbacks. By focusing on long-term goals, embracing learning, and holding yourself accountable, you create an environment where success is inevitable. Those who outwork their competition don't simply rely on talent or circumstance. They rely on their relentless drive, consistent action, and unwavering determination to succeed. Outworking your competition is a mindset and a lifestyle. It's about adopting the belief that no matter what comes your way, your relentless pursuit of excellence will always set you apart. It's not just about working harder for the sake of it. It's about intentionally focusing your energy where it counts the most. The key to this is understanding that every action, no matter how small, contributes to your larger vision. The more consistent and focused you are, the greater your advantage over those who give up or rest on their laurels. A critical part of outworking your competition is mastering the art of focus. In today's world, distractions are everywhere: social media, emails, phone notifications, and much more. These distractions make it easy to lose sight of what really matters. But those who succeed know how to block out distractions and give their full attention to their tasks. Focus isn't just about avoiding distractions, but also about putting your energy into what will make the biggest impact on your goals. The more laser-focused you are, the faster you can close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Another important element in outworking your competition is adaptability. It's easy to get comfortable with the way things are, especially once you find a process that works. However, your competition is constantly evolving, and so must you. Being adaptable means being open to learning new techniques, embracing change, and pivoting when necessary. When you outwork your competition, you don't just repeat what you've always done. You innovate, experiment, and adapt to ensure that you're always moving forward, even in the face of obstacles. The ability to prioritize tasks effectively is crucial for outworking your competition. Many people fail to achieve their goals because they are constantly busy but not productive. Working hard isn't enough. You need to work on the right things. By learning how to prioritize your tasks, focusing on what will bring the most value, and moving the needle on your goals, you ensure that your efforts yield the highest possible returns. Prioritization is what separates effective workers from busy workers. When you outwork your competition, you're constantly assessing whether the task at hand is a step forward or a distraction. A strong work ethic is a hallmark of those who outwork their competition. Work ethic isn't about working longer hours. It's about the quality of the effort you put in during the time you spend working. People with a strong work ethic are committed to doing their best, no matter how small or large the task. They take pride in their work, maintain a high standard of excellence, and avoid cutting corners. When you outwork your competition, your work ethic ensures that your output is of the highest quality, setting you apart from others who may produce mediocre work. Outworking your competition also means pushing beyond your comfort zone. Growth happens when you challenge yourself, and it is in these moments of discomfort that you unlock your true potential. When you stay in your comfort zone, you're not pushing yourself to grow. You may be maintaining, but you're not improving. By consistently stepping outside of what is easy and familiar, you stretch your abilities and create room for growth. It is this willingness to step up to the challenge that allows you to outwork those who are hesitant to leave their comfort zones. A key principle of outworking your competition is setting a standard of excellence that you adhere to, no matter what. Excellence isn't just about the big wins or the achievements that others can see. It's about your everyday commitment to doing your best. It's about delivering quality, going the extra mile, and ensuring that every detail is accounted for. When you create a standard of excellence in everything you do, you build a reputation for reliability, which is hard to compete with. Working efficiently is just as important as working hard when it comes to outworking your competition. It's not about how much time you spend working, but how effective you are in that time. Efficiency allows you to get more done in less time, giving you the edge over competitors who might be working longer hours without making progress. Efficiency doesn't mean rushing. It means being thoughtful, organized, and strategic in your approach. When you work efficiently, you maximize your productivity and free up time to focus on what matters most. Staying healthy is another essential element of outworking your competition. You cannot perform at your best if you are physically or mentally drained. Success requires energy, focus, and stamina, and that comes from taking care of your health. This includes not only exercise and eating well, but also taking time to recharge mentally and emotionally. A well-rested, healthy mind and body allow you to perform at your peak and give you the energy to outwork anyone who's neglecting their own well-being. To stay ahead of your competition, you must be willing to embrace calculated risks. The road to success is rarely smooth, and playing it safe can keep you stuck in place. Taking risks means stepping out of your comfort zone and taking actions that may seem uncertain but are necessary for growth. Whether it's launching a new product, exploring a new market, or taking on a project that scares you, risks often pay off when backed by strategy and determination. Outworking your competition means being willing to take those bold steps, while others hesitate or play it safe. Consistency in your efforts also means being consistent in your learning. The most successful individuals are those who continuously seek new knowledge and ways to improve. The world around you is constantly changing, and staying ahead requires you to keep learning and evolving. Whether it's reading, taking courses, seeking mentorship, or learning from your mistakes, ongoing learning ensures that you stay relevant and at the top of your game. When you invest in your knowledge, you outpace those who remain stagnant in their understanding of the world. When you're focused on outworking your competition, it's essential to have a long-term perspective. Short-term wins can be gratifying, but long-term success is where true achievement lies. Focusing on the big picture means making decisions that might not yield immediate rewards, but will lead to lasting success in the future. Patience and persistence are key to this long-term strategy, as you understand that each small effort compounds over time to create significant outcomes. Long-term thinking helps you stay focused even when the immediate rewards aren't visible. Effective communication plays a vital role in outworking your competition. The ability to communicate clearly, persuasively, and effectively can set you apart from others. Whether you're networking, pitching ideas, or simply collaborating with teammates, strong communication skills ensure that your ideas are understood and that you can move forward more efficiently. Clear communication also helps you build strong relationships, which can create opportunities that others might miss. When you master communication, you gain an advantage over others who are not as skilled in expressing their thoughts and ideas. Outworking your competition means mastering your emotions. Success isn't just about what you do, but also how you react when things don't go according to plan. Emotional intelligence allows you to manage your emotions, stay calm under pressure, and make better decisions. Those who let their emotions control them are often reactive, making decisions based on short-term feelings rather than long-term objectives. However, when you master your emotions, you make clearer, more strategic decisions, which keep you focused on the bigger picture. Another way to outwork your competition is by embracing feedback. The most successful individuals are open to constructive criticism, seeing it as an opportunity to improve rather than an attack on their abilities. When you embrace feedback, you learn faster, adapt quicker, and improve your skills. Outworking your competition means having the humility to accept criticism, analyze it, and apply it in a way that drives your progress. People who reject feedback often get stuck in their ways, whereas those who accept it grow exponentially. Being proactive is an essential trait in outworking your competition. Instead of waiting for opportunities to present themselves, those who succeed take the initiative to create their own. Whether it's seeking out new business opportunities, developing new skills, or reaching out to potential mentors, being proactive ensures that you are always moving forward. By acting before others do, you put yourself in a position to gain the advantages others miss by being reactive or complacent. In order to outwork your competition, you must also develop an unshakable belief in your mission. The more you believe in your cause, the easier it is to put in the hard work necessary to make it happen. Self-doubt and uncertainty are often the greatest barriers to success, and those who outwork their competition do so because they are unwavering in their belief that they are doing the right thing. When you have confidence in your vision, your motivation to work hard remains constant regardless of external circumstances. Finally, understanding that outworking your competition is about more than just working harder is key. It's about working with purpose, passion, and focus. It's about creating a system of habits, goals, and strategies that keep you moving forward day after day, relentlessly pursuing your dreams. Outworking your competition isn't about working blindly or being consumed by work. It's about working smart, staying focused on your objectives, and never giving up. It's about outpacing those who are comfortable with mediocrity and taking action that consistently moves you towards success. In conclusion, outworking your competition is a comprehensive approach that combines hard work, consistency, strategic thinking, and emotional resilience. It's about pushing beyond what others are willing to do and focusing on the small, deliberate actions that lead to big results. By developing the habits, mindset, and dedication to outwork your competition, you ensure that your success is not just probable, but inevitable. Keep working, stay disciplined, and never stop moving toward your goals. Your competitors won't stand a chance. Chapter 12. Breaking through comfort zones. Breaking through comfort zones is one of the most important steps you can take in your personal growth journey. Comfort zones are the places where you feel safe, secure, and in control. However, while this safety feels reassuring, it also limits your potential. To achieve anything truly meaningful or extraordinary, you must learn to step beyond the boundaries of comfort and embrace the discomfort that comes with growth. The comfort zone, by definition, is a space where nothing new happens. It's a place of stagnation, and in order to move forward in life, you must learn to break free from its grip. The first step in breaking through your comfort zone is recognizing it. Often we don't even realize we are in our comfort zone because it feels familiar and natural. This could be staying in a job that doesn't challenge you, sticking with the same routine, or avoiding new experiences out of fear. The key is to acknowledge the areas of your life where you've become too comfortable. The more aware you are of these areas, the easier it will be to push beyond them. Once you recognize your comfort zones, you can begin the process of challenging them. One of the greatest misconceptions about breaking through comfort zones is that it has to be a drastic, all-or-nothing change. In reality, growth happens in small, incremental steps. You don't have to make a massive leap overnight. Breaking through your comfort zone doesn't mean radically transforming your life in an instant. It means gradually pushing yourself beyond the boundaries of what's familiar. Each small step you take builds momentum and moves you closer to living outside your comfort zone. Over time, what once felt uncomfortable will become second nature. Fear is often the driving force that keeps us in our comfort zones. The fear of failure, rejection, or even the unknown can paralyze us into staying in situations that no longer serve us. However, fear is a natural part of growth. The more you face your fears and push through them, the more resilient you become. Each time you take a step forward despite your fears, you weaken their power over you. Eventually, you'll find that the things that once terrified you are no longer as intimidating, and this newfound courage will propel you toward greater accomplishments. To truly break through your comfort zone, you must be willing to embrace discomfort. It's uncomfortable to try new things, meet new people, or take risks, but it's precisely this discomfort that fuels growth. When you embrace discomfort as a part of the process, you stop avoiding the things that scare you. Instead of seeing discomfort as something to be avoided, you begin to view it as a sign that you are expanding, learning, and evolving. The more you push through uncomfortable situations, the more your capacity for growth increases. A big part of breaking through your comfort zone is letting go of perfectionism. Perfectionism often holds us back from taking action because we fear doing something wrong or failing. However, the truth is that you'll never grow if you are waiting for everything to be perfect. Failure is part of the learning process, and you will make mistakes along the way. What's important is that you continue to move forward, not that you get everything right on the first try. Accepting imperfection allows you to take action and embrace growth. Breaking through your comfort zone also requires setting bold goals that challenge you. It's easy to set goals that feel safe and attainable, but those kinds of goals don't push you to grow. To really stretch yourself, set goals that are just beyond your current abilities. These goals should make you feel a little nervous or uncertain, but they should also excite you. By setting challenging goals, you create a roadmap for stepping out of your comfort zone and into new opportunities for growth. Along with setting bold goals, it's important to build a plan that allows you to gradually step out of your comfort zone. While it's tempting to dive straight into something new, jumping in without a strategy can overwhelm you and lead to burnout. Instead, take small, manageable steps that allow you to build confidence along the way. Whether it's attending a networking event, starting a new project, or learning a new skill, approach these challenges with intention and purpose. Breaking through your comfort zone doesn't mean throwing yourself into the unknown without preparation. It means facing new challenges with a clear plan in mind. Another essential aspect of breaking through your comfort zone is learning to embrace failure. Many people resist stepping out of their comfort zones because they are afraid of failing. But failure is often the greatest teacher. It's through failure that you learn the most valuable lessons, adjust your approach, and become stronger. When you reframe failure as an opportunity for growth rather than something to avoid, you eliminate the fear that keeps you stuck. You start to see each failure as a stepping stone on the path to success. Support from others can also help you break through your comfort zone. Having people who believe in you, challenge you, and push you to do better can make all the difference. Surround yourself with those who inspire you to grow and who encourage you to take risks. Whether it's a mentor, a coach, or a group of like-minded friends, having a support system helps you feel more confident and motivated to step outside of your comfort zone. Accountability also plays a role here. When others are watching your progress, you're more likely to push yourself harder. Breaking through comfort zones also means breaking old patterns and habits. Often, the habits we've developed over time are the very things that keep us comfortable but also limit our growth. Whether it's procrastination, staying in unhealthy relationships, or avoiding challenging work, these habits are keeping you stuck. To break through your comfort zone, you need to identify the habits that are holding you back and replace them with new, more empowering ones. This shift in habits will help you step into new areas of growth and development. A powerful way to break through your comfort zone is by surrounding yourself with new experiences. Routine is comfortable, but it can also be limiting. Exposing yourself to new environments, cultures, or perspectives broadens your worldview and challenges your preconceived notions. By stepping into unfamiliar situations, you force yourself to adapt, learn, and grow. New experiences shake up your comfort zone, making it easier to break free from old patterns and embrace new challenges. One of the most important things to remember when breaking through your comfort zone is that growth is a gradual process. There will be times when you feel frustrated or discouraged, especially when things don't happen as quickly as you'd like. But the key to success is persistence. You might not see immediate results, but every small step you take adds up. It's important to celebrate each breakthrough, no matter how small, because it's progress. The more you push yourself, the more comfortable the uncomfortable becomes, and eventually you'll find that your comfort zone has expanded. You must also cultivate a growth mindset to truly break through your comfort zone. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed over time through hard work, dedication, and learning. When you adopt this mindset, you see challenges as opportunities for growth, not as threats. This shift in perspective makes it easier to face challenges head-on and push past the limitations of your comfort zone. Another way to break through your comfort zone is by committing to lifelong learning. The more you learn, the more you realize how much there is to explore. Constant learning keeps your mind open, your creativity flowing, and your motivation high. By learning new skills, reading, or engaging with new ideas, you continuously stretch your mind, making it easier to step outside of the familiar. Lifelong learning fuels your growth and helps you break free from stagnation. To successfully break through your comfort zone, it's essential to manage your expectations. You won't always succeed on your first attempt, and things might not go according to plan, but that doesn't mean you should stop trying. The process of stepping outside of your comfort zone is about pushing yourself to new heights, learning from the experience, and adapting. The more you embrace the process, rather than just the result, the easier it becomes to continue breaking through your comfort zone. Breaking through your comfort zone means letting go of fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs. These internal barriers often keep us from pursuing opportunities or taking action, even though we are capable of more. By challenging these negative beliefs and replacing them with empowering thoughts, you give yourself permission to break free from the comfort zone. Fear, in particular, is one of the greatest inhibitors to growth, but when you face it and continue moving forward despite it, you find your true strength. Finally, when you break through your comfort zone, you begin to realize that there's no limit to your potential. The more you stretch your boundaries, the more confident you become in your ability to handle new challenges. You discover new strengths and talents, and you begin to see the world in a different light. Each time you push yourself beyond what's comfortable, you uncover new possibilities and create a path for continued growth. Breaking through your comfort zone is not just about achieving success. It's about transforming yourself into the person you were always meant to become. In conclusion, breaking through your comfort zone is a vital step in unlocking your true potential. It's about recognizing the limitations of comfort, facing your fears, and pushing yourself to grow. The process requires persistence, self-awareness, and the courage to take small, consistent steps toward the unknown. As you continue to break through your comfort zones, you will discover new possibilities, increase your confidence, and build a life that's not just comfortable, but truly extraordinary. Breaking through your comfort zone is an ongoing journey. It's not a one-time event, but a continuous effort to expand your horizons and push beyond self-imposed limits. As you experience more breakthroughs, the process becomes less intimidating and your comfort zone gradually grows. What was once uncomfortable becomes a new level of comfort, and you realize that the boundary between comfort and growth is always moving. The key is to never stop challenging yourself. The moment you feel too comfortable is the moment you should start seeking the next challenge. Every time you step outside of your comfort zone, you not only learn about your capabilities, but also about your resilience. You may face challenges, failures, and moments of self-doubt along the way, but each experience strengthens your resolve. You develop mental toughness as you realize that discomfort is not an enemy, but a sign of growth. It's through discomfort that you build the muscle of resilience, learning to recover from setbacks and keep going with even greater determination. It's crucial to remember that progress doesn't always look like success in the traditional sense. Breaking through your comfort zone is not about achieving perfection or hitting immediate milestones. It's about the willingness to continue trying, learning, and growing. Every time you push yourself into the unknown, you are making progress. Even small steps outside your comfort zone lead to bigger changes over time. It's the accumulation of those small, brave decisions that lead to significant growth. One of the most powerful things you can do to break through your comfort zone is to reframe your thinking about failure. Failure often feels like a setback, but when you understand that it is merely part of the process, it loses its power over you. Each failure becomes a lesson in resilience, adaptability, and self-improvement. When you start seeing failure as an opportunity to learn rather than a reason to quit, you free yourself from the fear of trying new things. This shift in perspective is one of the most liberating aspects of stepping outside your comfort zone. Another way to break through your comfort zone is by setting challenges that scare you, but that also excite you. Challenge yourself to take on something that stretches you, that pushes your boundaries, and that feels like a leap of faith. These challenges don't have to be huge, but they should be meaningful to you. Whether it's learning a new skill, tackling a difficult project, or having a conversation you've been avoiding, the key is to take action despite the discomfort. The more you do this, the more your comfort zone expands, and the more you realize that you are capable of far more than you once believed. Accountability is another powerful tool in breaking through comfort zones. Having someone to support you and hold you accountable for stepping out of your comfort zone can make the process less intimidating. Whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a coach, having someone to check in with can keep you motivated and encouraged. Accountability creates a sense of responsibility, making it harder to retreat into familiar habits. When you know someone is counting on you to take action, you're more likely to push through the discomfort and stay committed to your growth. Breaking through your comfort zone is also about redefining your concept of success. Many people stay stuck in their comfort zones because they have a narrow definition of success, often tied to external validation or fear of failure. When you break through your comfort zone, you begin to see success as a personal journey of growth. Success is no longer just about achieving a goal, but about the willingness to take risks, face fears, and continue despite challenges. This shift in perspective makes the process of breaking through your comfort zone more rewarding, regardless of the external results. One of the greatest benefits of pushing beyond your comfort zone is the personal empowerment that comes with it. Every time you step into the unknown and succeed, you build your confidence and sense of self-worth. You begin to realize that you are capable of achieving things you once thought impossible. This newfound belief in yourself becomes a powerful motivator to continue challenging yourself. As your self-belief grows, so does your willingness to take on bigger challenges, creating a positive feedback loop of growth and achievement. Learning to embrace uncertainty is also a key component of breaking through comfort zones. Uncertainty often holds us back from taking risks because we fear the unknown. However, life is full of uncertainties, and the more we try to control every aspect of it, the less we allow ourselves to experience new things. When you step outside your comfort zone, you become comfortable with uncertainty. You stop waiting for all the answers or for everything to be perfect, and instead, you learn to take action in the face of uncertainty, trusting that the answers will unfold as you move forward. It's important to give yourself permission to experiment and make mistakes. One of the reasons people resist breaking out of their comfort zones is because they fear failure or judgment. However, when you embrace the idea that you don't need to be perfect, the fear of failure loses its grip. Each experiment, no matter how it turns out, is a valuable lesson that gets you closer to your ultimate success. When you give yourself the freedom to fail and grow, you eliminate the pressure to always get it right, which frees you up to take more risks and try new things. Surrounding yourself with a community of like-minded individuals who are also committed to breaking through their own comfort zones can provide a sense of camaraderie and support. These people can encourage you when you feel discouraged, share their own experiences, and inspire you to keep going. Being part of a group that values growth and development makes the process of stepping outside your comfort zone less daunting. You'll find that you're not alone in your fears and struggles, and that shared sense of purpose can propel you forward. Building new habits is an essential part of breaking through your comfort zone. When you make consistent, intentional efforts to step outside your comfort zone, you create new habits that make it easier to do so in the future. These habits compound over time, leading to greater confidence and more opportunities for growth. The more you act in alignment with your goals, the more natural it becomes to take risks and push boundaries. Over time, what once felt uncomfortable becomes second nature. Revisiting your why is another important strategy for breaking through your comfort zone. Often, we hesitate to step outside our comfort zones because we lose sight of the reasons we started in the first place. By reconnecting with your deep motivations and remembering why you want to grow, you can reignite your passion and determination. When you're clear about why you're pushing through discomfort, the pain of growth becomes more bearable and the rewards more meaningful. One of the most powerful tools for breaking through comfort zones is gratitude. When you cultivate gratitude for the journey and for the small wins along the way, you shift your focus from fear and discomfort to appreciation. Gratitude helps you recognize the value in every challenge and allows you to see setbacks as opportunities rather than obstacles. By focusing on what you are learning, rather than how hard it is, you create a mindset that is more resilient and open to new experiences. Remember that growth is a continuous journey. Breaking through comfort zones doesn't stop at a single event or moment. It's an ongoing process. As you continue to stretch your limits and embrace discomfort, you will encounter new levels of growth. Each time you break through one barrier, another will appear. Embrace this cycle of constant challenge and improvement, and you will find that there are no limits to what you can achieve. As you push yourself outside your comfort zone, be kind to yourself. There will be times when you feel frustrated, uncertain, or overwhelmed. These feelings are part of the process, and it's important to recognize that they don't define your ability to succeed. Self-compassion is essential for maintaining your motivation and confidence as you navigate challenges. Acknowledge your efforts, be patient with yourself, and remember that progress takes time. Breaking through your comfort zone allows you to unlock your full potential. As you move past the limitations that once held you back, you'll find that your capacity for achievement expands. The person you become through this process is someone who is capable of handling bigger challenges, seizing greater opportunities, and living a life that is not defined by fear or limitation. Embrace the discomfort. Stay committed to your growth and step into the person you are destined to be. In conclusion, breaking through your comfort zone is one of the most powerful steps you can take on your journey to success. It's about facing fears, embracing discomfort, and pushing past self-imposed limitations. The more you challenge yourself, the more you learn, grow, and achieve. Each time you step into the unknown, you become a more capable, confident, and resilient version of yourself. The process may be uncomfortable, but the rewards are worth it, because when you break through your comfort zone, you open the door to a life full of possibility and unlimited potential. Chapter 13. Creating a life of purpose and passion. Creating a life of purpose and passion is one of the most fulfilling pursuits you can undertake. When you live with purpose, every action, every choice, and every day is infused with meaning. Passion gives you the energy and drive to pursue your goals, even when obstacles arise. Together, purpose and passion form a powerful combination that propels you forward, ensuring that your efforts align with your deepest desires. In this chapter, we'll explore how to uncover your true purpose, cultivate passion in your life, and create a path that brings fulfillment and success. The first step in creating a life of purpose is understanding what truly matters to you. Many people spend their lives chasing external markers of success, wealth, recognition, or the approval of others, but these often leave them feeling empty. To build a life of purpose, you must first identify what truly excites and motivates you, independent of societal pressures. This requires introspection and reflection, as well as the courage to follow your own path, even if it's different from what others expect. By aligning your life with your values, you create a foundation for genuine fulfillment. Living a life of purpose starts with asking yourself the difficult questions. What is my core mission? What do I want to contribute to the world? How do I want to be remembered? These questions force you to dig deep into your soul and discover what matters most to you. It's not always easy to answer them, and the answers may change over time, but they provide clarity and direction. Purpose is not a one-time discovery. It's a lifelong journey of self-discovery and adjustment. The more clearly you define your purpose, the easier it becomes to make decisions and take action that aligns with your true self. Once you've uncovered your purpose, the next step is to fuel it with passion. Passion is what turns your purpose into action. It gives you the energy and drive to work toward your goals, even when the going gets tough. Passion is contagious. It inspires you to work hard, stay focused, and push past setbacks. When you are passionate about something, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like an exciting challenge. Passion keeps you going when motivation fades, and it gives you the resilience to continue working toward your goals, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. Creating a life of purpose and passion also involves setting goals that align with your vision. Once you've discovered your purpose, it's important to break it down into actionable steps. Purpose without action is merely a dream, but when you take tangible steps toward your goals, you begin to see your vision come to life. Set both short-term and long-term goals that push you toward your purpose. These goals serve as a roadmap for your journey, giving you direction and focus. As you achieve each milestone, your sense of purpose grows and your passion deepens. Another key component of creating a life of purpose and passion is cultivating self-discipline. Purpose and passion alone are not enough to make things happen. You need the discipline to follow through on your commitments and take consistent action. Discipline means showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, and doing the work required to move toward your goals. It's the ability to push through challenges, stay focused on your vision, and take small steps each day that add up to significant progress. When you combine purpose, passion, and discipline, you create a powerful force that propels you toward success. To live a life of purpose and passion, you must also be willing to embrace change and growth. Your purpose and passion may evolve over time, and that's okay. Life is constantly changing, and as you grow, your understanding of your purpose may shift. Embrace these changes as opportunities for deeper understanding and greater fulfillment. Growth often involves discomfort and uncertainty, but it is through growth that we find our greatest potential. By staying open to change and continuously seeking personal development, you ensure that your life remains aligned with your true desires. Living with purpose and passion also requires resilience in the face of adversity. Pursuing your dreams is rarely easy, and you will face challenges along the way. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, learn from failures, and keep moving forward despite difficulties. When you have a clear purpose and a deep passion for your goals, setbacks become just another part of the journey, not an excuse to quit. Each challenge you face is an opportunity to strengthen your resilience and refine your approach, bringing you closer to your ultimate vision. Another critical aspect of creating a life of purpose and passion is surrounding yourself with supportive, like-minded individuals. The people you spend time with can greatly influence your mindset and motivation. Surround yourself with those who share your values, encourage your growth, and challenge you to be your best. A supportive community helps you stay focused on your purpose and passion, especially during times of doubt. These individuals not only provide inspiration and motivation, but also hold you accountable for staying true to your vision. While pursuing your purpose and passion, it's important to be kind to yourself. The road to fulfillment and success is not linear, and there will be moments when you feel discouraged, overwhelmed, or uncertain. It's important to practice self-compassion and allow yourself the grace to stumble without losing sight of your goals. Remember that progress takes time and that every step you take, no matter how small, is part of the bigger picture. Treat yourself with kindness and patience as you continue your journey toward a life of purpose and passion. Creating a life of purpose and passion also involves embracing the idea of service to others. True fulfillment comes not only from achieving personal goals, but also from using your talents and passions to make a positive impact on the world. When your purpose is rooted in helping others, your passion grows even stronger. Whether through your career, personal projects, or daily actions, find ways to serve others and contribute to something greater than yourself. Service adds meaning to your work and ensures that your passion has a lasting, positive effect on those around you. To fully embrace a life of purpose and passion, you must also learn to trust the process. It's easy to become impatient when things don't happen as quickly as you'd like, but remember that success takes time. Trust that every step, every setback, and every lesson is part of your journey toward living a life of purpose. Even when the road is unclear, trust that you are moving in the right direction. With faith in the process, your passion and purpose will continue to drive you toward the life you are meant to live. Being intentional with your time and energy is another essential aspect of living with purpose and passion. Your time is the most valuable resource you have, and how you choose to spend it determines whether you will fulfill your purpose. Prioritize the activities that align with your goals and avoid distractions that pull you away from what truly matters. Whether it's dedicating time to work on your passions, investing in personal growth, or simply resting to recharge, being intentional with your time ensures that you stay focused on your long-term vision. Living with purpose and passion also involves embracing a sense of adventure. When you pursue your dreams, don't be afraid to take risks and explore new opportunities. Passion often requires stepping into the unknown, facing uncertainty, and trusting yourself to adapt. Embrace the adventure that comes with following your heart, and be open to the unexpected opportunities that may arise. Life is not meant to be lived within rigid boundaries, but explored with curiosity and excitement. By embracing the adventure, you allow your passion to lead you to places you never imagined. An essential part of creating a life of purpose and passion is reflecting on your progress. Regular reflection allows you to assess how far you've come, what you've learned, and whether your current path aligns with your long-term vision. Reflection provides clarity and ensures that you remain on track, making adjustments as needed. Take time to celebrate your achievements, no matter how small, and acknowledge the work you've put into creating a life that is meaningful and fulfilling. To truly live with purpose and passion, you must cultivate a deep sense of gratitude. When you are grateful for the opportunities, lessons, and experiences that come your way, your passion is renewed. Gratitude helps you stay connected to the reasons why you started in the first place, even during difficult times. By practicing gratitude daily, you shift your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant in your life. This mindset allows you to stay motivated and passionate about your journey. A critical factor in sustaining your passion is balancing your personal and professional life. When your life feels out of balance, your passion can start to fade. Ensure that you make time for both your work and personal life, nurturing relationships, hobbies, and activities that replenish your energy. A balanced life provides the space you need to recharge and continue pursuing your passions with enthusiasm and focus. Lastly, creating a life of purpose and passion requires a deep connection with yourself. The more you know who you are, what you value, and what you want, the more you can align your actions with your true desires. Self-awareness is key to uncovering your purpose and finding the passion that drives you. As you become more in tune with your inner self, you will find that your life flows with greater ease and fulfillment, guided by the clarity of your purpose and the fire of your passion. In conclusion, creating a life of purpose and passion is the most fulfilling pursuit you can embark on. It requires deep self-reflection, clear goals, resilience in the face of challenges, and a willingness to embrace discomfort and change. When you live with purpose, each action has meaning, and when you pursue it with passion, you find the energy and motivation to keep going, no matter the obstacles. By aligning your life with your true desires, you create not only a successful life, but a meaningful one. Your purpose and passion are the keys to unlocking your fullest potential and living a life that is truly your own. As you continue to build a life of purpose and passion, it's important to realize that the journey is not linear. There will be moments of doubt, frustration, and setbacks, but each obstacle offers an opportunity for deeper growth. The key is not to become discouraged when things don't go as planned, but to remember that the path to success is paved with perseverance and learning. Every challenge strengthens your resilience and teaches you important lessons that ultimately bring you closer to your vision. Building a life of purpose and passion also means cultivating a deep sense of self-awareness. The more you know yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, values, and desires, the more easily you can align your actions with your true purpose. Self-awareness allows you to make decisions that are in harmony with your goals, and it helps you navigate through life with confidence. When you are connected to your inner self, you are less likely to be swayed by outside influences or distractions. Instead, you become more focused and deliberate in your actions, knowing that each decision brings you closer to your authentic life. Another powerful aspect of living with purpose and passion is the ability to stay present in the moment. In our fast-paced, goal-driven world, it's easy to get caught up in the future, always chasing the next big thing. But when you live with purpose, you learn to appreciate the present moment for what it is. Passion thrives when you are fully immersed in the work, relationships, and experiences that matter most to you. Being present allows you to savor the journey, find joy in the process, and celebrate each step forward. To live a life of purpose and passion, it's also important to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness involves being fully aware of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without judgment. It helps you stay connected to your purpose, as it encourages you to approach life with openness and curiosity. By cultivating mindfulness, you can quiet the distractions of the mind and focus on what truly matters. This practice enhances your ability to live intentionally and stay grounded in your goals, even amidst the chaos of everyday life. As you work toward creating a life of purpose and passion, it's crucial to embrace the concept of resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, failures, and disappointments, and it's an essential quality for those who want to live with purpose. When you encounter challenges, it's easy to lose motivation or question your direction. However, resilient individuals view obstacles as temporary and learn from them. Rather than letting setbacks define them, they use each experience as a stepping stone to strengthen their resolve and keep moving forward. A key part of maintaining your passion is taking care of your emotional well-being. Passion can sometimes lead to burnout if you don't take time to rest and recharge. While working hard toward your goals is important, it's equally important to give yourself space to rest and rejuvenate. Self-care practices such as meditation, spending time with loved ones, or engaging in hobbies allow you to replenish your energy and return to your work with renewed enthusiasm. A balanced life fosters sustained passion, helping you avoid exhaustion and stay motivated in the long term. To create a life of purpose and passion, you must also learn to prioritize. There are many opportunities and distractions that will try to pull you away from your goals, but when you prioritize what truly matters, you create the space for meaningful progress. Learning how to say no to things that don't align with your values or vision is essential. By setting clear priorities, you ensure that your time and energy are focused on activities that propel you toward your purpose, rather than being scattered across unimportant tasks. An essential part of pursuing your passion is embracing failure as a learning experience. Many people fear failure and avoid taking risks because they worry about not succeeding. However, failure is an integral part of growth. It teaches you valuable lessons and helps you develop the resilience needed to keep moving forward. When you break through your comfort zones and embrace failure as a natural part of the journey, you free yourself from fear and give yourself permission to grow. Try new things and experiment with different paths. Building momentum is another important factor in creating a life of purpose and passion. At the beginning of any new endeavor, it can be difficult to stay motivated, especially when progress seems slow. But the more consistent you are, the more momentum you build. When you take small actions every day toward your goals, those actions compound over time, leading to big results. The key is to keep going, even when you don't see immediate progress, knowing that each step forward brings you closer to the life you envision. It's also important to develop a deep sense of gratitude in the pursuit of your purpose. Gratitude shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, reminding you of everything you already have and everything you've already accomplished. When you live with gratitude, you are more likely to stay positive and motivated, even during challenging times. Gratitude fuels passion by helping you focus on the present moment and appreciate the journey, rather than fixating solely on the end goal. As you continue to build a life of purpose and passion, it's important to remember that this journey is uniquely your own. Comparing yourself to others can undermine your confidence and distract you from your true path. Everyone's journey is different, And while it's natural to be inspired by others, it's crucial to focus on your own growth and progress. Trust that your path will unfold in its own time, and that you are exactly where you need to be. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you free yourself from self-doubt and empower yourself to stay focused on your own purpose. You must also cultivate a strong sense of patience. Success does not happen overnight, and creating a life of purpose and passion takes time. It requires perseverance, dedication, and the willingness to continue even when results are not immediate. Patience allows you to stay calm, trust the process, and enjoy the journey rather than rushing toward the destination. Remember, success is not just about reaching a goal, but about becoming the person you are meant to be along the way. As you continue this journey, keep in mind that your purpose will continue to evolve. Over time, as you learn more about yourself and grow in different areas of your life, your purpose may shift or expand. This is a natural part of personal development. Embrace these changes and allow them to guide you to new heights. When you stay connected to your evolving purpose, you ensure that your life continues to be meaningful and aligned with your passions. Another key component of living a life of purpose and passion is finding your own rhythm. It's easy to fall into the trap of trying to keep up with others or adhering to external expectations, but true fulfillment comes when you create a life that aligns with your unique energy. Everyone has a different pace, different methods, and different rhythms that work for them. By tuning into your own flow, you create a life that feels effortless and aligned with your authentic self. In the pursuit of purpose and passion, it's also essential to practice self-compassion. This journey isn't about perfection or constant achievement. It's about growth, learning, and evolving. You will face setbacks, make mistakes, and experience challenges. When you practice self-compassion, you stop being overly critical of yourself and instead offer kindness and understanding. By treating yourself with compassion, you can move through challenges with greater ease and resilience. One of the most powerful ways to maintain your purpose and passion is to find ways to keep your vision alive. Create reminders of your goals, whether through a vision board, journaling, or simply reflecting on your why regularly. These practices keep your mind focused on your long-term vision, even when distractions or challenges arise. When you keep your vision in the forefront of your mind, it becomes easier to stay motivated and passionate about your journey. The relationships you cultivate along the way also play an essential role in your journey. Surrounding yourself with supportive, like-minded individuals is crucial for maintaining your passion and purpose. These people can provide encouragement, accountability, and inspiration, helping you stay connected to your vision. It's also important to seek out mentors who have walked the path before you. Their guidance can help you avoid common pitfalls and accelerate your growth. As you walk your path of purpose, remember to enjoy the little moments along the way. Purpose and passion are not just about achieving big milestones. They're about finding joy in the process. Whether it's the sense of fulfillment you feel after a productive day or the joy you experience in helping others, every moment of progress is worth celebrating. When you learn to find joy in the journey, your passion becomes a sustainable force that carries you through even the most challenging times. In conclusion, creating a life of purpose and passion is about aligning your actions with your deepest values, desires, and goals. It requires focus, discipline, resilience, and a commitment to constant growth. By embracing the process, staying patient, and trusting in your ability to evolve, you can live a life that is not only successful, but deeply meaningful. Passion and purpose will guide you through every challenge, and they will continue to inspire you long after you've reached your goals. Live with intention, embrace your journey, and create a life that truly reflects who you are and what you love. Chapter 14. The Role of Sacrifice in Success. Success is often portrayed as the result of hard work, talent, and the right circumstances, but behind every major accomplishment lies sacrifice. Sacrifice is the willingness to give up something of value in order to achieve a greater goal. It is the often overlooked ingredient that fuels long-term success. People who achieve great things understand that to get what they want, they must first give up something, whether it's time, comfort, relationships, or material rewards. In this chapter, we explore the crucial role sacrifice plays in reaching success and how embracing sacrifice can elevate your journey toward achieving your goals. The first step in understanding the role of sacrifice is recognizing that success is not a free ride. It requires dedication and the willingness to forgo temporary pleasures for long-term gain. Many people are drawn to the idea of success, but are unwilling to make the sacrifices that are necessary for it. They want the rewards without the work, the benefits without the sacrifice. However, the path to true success demands that you prioritize your goals above all else, which may require giving up immediate gratification for lasting fulfillment. Sacrifice can take many forms, but one of the most common sacrifices is time. Time is one of our most precious resources, and to be successful, you must learn to manage it wisely. This often means giving up leisure time or social activities in order to focus on the work that matters most. When you sacrifice your free time to develop your skills, work on your business, or pursue your dreams, you are making an investment in your future success. While others may be relaxing or spending time on less productive activities, you are working toward your goals, knowing that the temporary discomfort will lead to greater rewards in the long run. Another significant sacrifice is comfort. Many people are unwilling to leave their comfort zone because it feels safe and secure. However, growth happens outside of that zone. To achieve success, you must push yourself into uncomfortable situations, whether it's taking on a challenging project, making tough decisions, or facing your fears. Sacrificing your comfort means embracing discomfort as part of the journey and understanding that it's through discomfort that you build strength, resilience, and confidence. Comfort may feel good in the moment, but it won't help you reach your highest potential. In the pursuit of success, sacrifice often involves giving up certain relationships. This doesn't mean abandoning the people you care about, but rather learning to set boundaries and prioritize your time and energy. There will be times when you must say no to social gatherings, outings, or even certain friendships in order to stay focused on your goals. Sacrificing time with others, especially those who do not support or understand your vision, is essential if you want to maintain the focus and drive needed to succeed. It's important to surround yourself with people who encourage and uplift you, but sometimes this means letting go of relationships that no longer align with your aspirations. Financial sacrifice is another key aspect of success. Many successful individuals have had to make sacrifices in their finances in order to invest in their future. This might mean foregoing immediate luxuries, living frugally, or making tough financial decisions in order to fund education, business ventures, or personal development. Sacrificing money in the short term is often necessary to build wealth and security in the future. The most successful people know that sometimes you have to spend in order to grow, even if it means giving up temporary comforts to achieve long-term financial success. One of the hardest sacrifices to make is giving up the illusion of certainty. Success often involves risk and uncertainty, and the fear of the unknown can hold many people back. Embracing uncertainty is a sacrifice because it requires letting go of the safety net that certainty provides. This might mean quitting a secure job to start your own business or taking on a challenging project without knowing the outcome. Sacrificing certainty is essential for growth, as it forces you to step into unknown territories, adapt, and trust that you can handle whatever comes your way. To truly understand the role of sacrifice, it's essential to look at it through the lens of delayed gratification. Instant gratification, the desire for quick rewards, can derail long-term success. Many people fail to achieve their goals because they want immediate results, but true success takes time. Sacrificing instant pleasures in favor of long-term rewards requires patience, persistence, and a deep understanding that the payoff will come later. Learning to delay gratification allows you to focus on the bigger picture and resist the temptation to settle for short-term satisfaction at the expense of your long-term goals. Sacrifice also teaches you discipline. It's easy to give in to distractions, laziness, or the urge to indulge in comfort, but discipline is what keeps you on track toward your goals. Every time you make a sacrifice, whether it's skipping a night out to work on your project or sacrificing sleep to meet a deadline, you are strengthening your discipline. This self-control and focus are what ultimately lead to success. Discipline means doing the necessary work even when you don't feel like it, and sacrifices are the moments where your discipline is tested and strengthened. One of the more challenging sacrifices is sacrificing perfectionism. Many people struggle with perfectionism, thinking that their work must be flawless before they can move forward. However, perfectionism can often hold you back and prevent you from making progress. To succeed, you must learn to make sacrifices when it comes to perfection. You have to accept that not everything will be perfect, and sometimes good enough is all you need to keep moving forward. Sacrificing perfection allows you to focus on progress and momentum rather than getting stuck in the details. Another crucial aspect of sacrifice is giving up excuses. People often create reasons why they can't succeed: lack of time, resources, or opportunity. These excuses keep them from making the sacrifices necessary for success. When you choose to sacrifice your excuses, you open the door to possibilities. You begin to see that the obstacles in your path are not roadblocks, but challenges to overcome. Sacrificing the comfort of excuses requires a shift in mindset. It's about taking responsibility for your success and realizing that the only thing holding you back is your willingness to act. Sacrifice also involves giving up old habits and ways of thinking that no longer serve you. As you grow and pursue your goals, you must be willing to let go of old patterns that limit your progress. Whether it's an unhealthy lifestyle, negative self-talk, or a lack of focus, these habits prevent you from reaching your full potential. Sacrificing these old habits is essential for creating the space for new, more empowering behaviors. As you make new choices that align with your goals, you replace old, limiting habits with new, productive ones that propel you towards success. The role of sacrifice in success also requires sacrificing your own timeline. Success doesn't happen overnight, and patience is necessary to see results. People often want to fast-track their success, skipping steps or trying to rush the process. But true success takes time and requires a long-term commitment. Sacrificing the desire for quick results and trusting the process will ultimately lead to greater, more sustainable success. By accepting that everything happens in its own time, you develop the patience needed to persevere and keep working toward your goals, even when progress seems slow. Sacrifice also means sacrificing the comfort of staying in your current position. Many people fear change, even if it means staying stuck in a situation that doesn't bring them fulfillment. To succeed, you must be willing to sacrifice the safety of staying where you are in exchange for the uncertainty and discomfort of growth. Sacrificing familiarity for opportunity can be daunting, but it's a crucial step in breaking through limitations and reaching new heights. Success often requires stepping out of the known and into the unknown, trusting that the discomfort is part of the growth process. Sometimes, success requires sacrificing your sense of control. Many people want to control every aspect of their lives and careers, but the truth is that you can't control everything. Sacrificing your need for control means learning to trust the process, the people around you, and the timing of events. When you let go of the need to control every detail, you free yourself from the stress and anxiety that comes with trying to manage everything. This allows you to focus on the things you can control, your attitude, effort, and decisions, while trusting that the rest will unfold as it should. Another aspect of sacrifice in success is the willingness to sacrifice your comfort zone. Many people resist stepping outside their comfort zone because it feels unfamiliar or risky. However, true growth happens when you embrace the unknown and push yourself to try new things. Whether it's taking on a new challenge, meeting new people, or stepping into a leadership role, breaking free from your comfort zone requires sacrifice. You must be willing to sacrifice the safety of the familiar to experience the rewards of growth and success. One of the most profound sacrifices is giving up the need for instant validation. Many people seek constant approval from others, but this external validation can be distracting and prevent you from staying focused on your goals. Sacrificing the need for immediate recognition or praise allows you to focus on the work itself, rather than seeking constant affirmation. When you learn to validate yourself and trust that your efforts will pay off in the long run, you free yourself from the pressure of external opinions. Lastly, sacrifice means letting go of regrets and focusing on the present. Many people get bogged down by past mistakes, missed opportunities, or poor decisions. However, success requires that you sacrifice regret and focus on what you can control today. By letting go of the past and embracing the present moment, you empower yourself to take action and move forward. Regret keeps you stuck, but sacrifice frees you to create the future you desire. In conclusion, sacrifice is a cornerstone of success. It's about giving up short-term pleasures and comfort for long-term gain. Sacrificing time, comfort, relationships, and even control allows you to build a future aligned with your deepest values and desires. Every sacrifice you make brings you closer to your goals, and each decision to prioritize what truly matters strengthens your path toward fulfillment. By embracing sacrifice, you learn that success is not an end goal, but a journey that requires commitment, discipline, and the willingness to give up what's easy for what's worth it. Sacrifice, as challenging as it may be, is often the difference between mediocrity and greatness. When you make the decision to sacrifice something for the sake of your goals, you are essentially choosing a future vision over temporary comforts. Each sacrifice, no matter how small, brings you one step closer to realizing your dreams. This is not to say that sacrifice is always easy. It can feel difficult and even painful in the moment, but it is the commitment to long-term goals that fuels your success. When you learn to make sacrifices intentionally, you unlock your potential and set yourself on the path to greatness. Sacrifice also teaches you the power of delayed gratification. In today's world, it's easy to fall into the trap of instant rewards. With technology and entertainment available at our fingertips, the desire for quick satisfaction is stronger than ever. However, success requires you to delay that instant gratification in exchange for something far more valuable in the future. This often means working tirelessly for months or years without immediate rewards in order to create something meaningful and lasting. When you embrace the concept of delayed gratification, you shift your focus from short-term desires to long-term achievement. An essential part of sacrifice is learning to prioritize your goals and values. Without a clear understanding of what matters most to you, it's difficult to make the right sacrifices. Life is full of distractions, and without a strong sense of purpose, it's easy to give in to the temptation of the easiest or most comfortable path. When you identify your values and create goals that align with them, it becomes easier to say no to things that don't serve your higher purpose. You sacrifice lesser things, temporary pleasure, distractions, or convenience, in favor of what truly matters. This focus ensures that your efforts are always aligned with your long-term vision. The willingness to sacrifice also requires letting go of the fear of missing out, FOMO. Many people hold themselves back from fully committing to their goals because they fear they will miss out on experiences, relationships, or opportunities. However, the truth is that making sacrifices for success is not about giving up everything, but about choosing what will bring you the most fulfillment in the future. The people who achieve great things are often the ones who have mastered the art of saying no to distractions and yes to the things that align with their dreams. Sacrificing the fear of missing out is liberating. It allows you to stay focused on what's truly important. Another powerful lesson in sacrifice is learning how to manage your energy. Success doesn't only require time, it requires sustained energy and focus. When you spread yourself too thin or waste energy on things that don't serve your goals, you dilute your ability to succeed. Sacrificing energy-draining activities, negative relationships, or unhealthy habits allows you to channel your focus and energy into things that move you closer to your vision. Understanding that you only have a limited amount of energy to give each day helps you make better decisions about where you direct your resources. One of the most difficult but necessary sacrifices is letting go of the desire to control everything. Many people are caught in the trap of micromanaging their lives, hoping that controlling every detail will lead to success. However, the more you try to control, the more you risk burning out or missing opportunities. Success requires a level of trust in yourself and the process. Letting go of the need for complete control allows space for growth, innovation, and unexpected opportunities. Sacrificing control is about trusting that things will unfold as they are meant to, even if you can't predict or manage every outcome. In the pursuit of success, the ability to sacrifice the need for approval from others is crucial. Many people hesitate to take bold steps toward their goals because they fear criticism or rejection from others. But true success requires you to be confident in your own decisions and trust that your journey is yours alone. Sacrificing the need for external validation means following your own path and making decisions that align with your values, even when they don't make sense to others. It's the ability to stand firm in your beliefs, knowing that your success will come from staying true to yourself. Sacrifice also teaches you the importance of setting boundaries. When you're working toward your goals, it's easy to say yes to every request, every favor, and every social engagement. However, saying yes to everything often means saying no to your own dreams. Learning to sacrifice certain social obligations or distractions allows you to create the time and space necessary to pursue your goals. Setting boundaries is not about isolating yourself, but about protecting your energy and making sure that your time is spent on activities that align with your long-term vision. Sacrifice helps you learn how to embrace uncertainty and ambiguity. The path to success is often unclear, and there is no guaranteed way to know if your sacrifices will lead to the results you desire. However, embracing uncertainty is a necessary part of growth. When you are willing to sacrifice your need for certainty and embrace the unknown, you free yourself to take risks, innovate, and move forward with faith. The most successful individuals are often the ones who are willing to take leaps of faith, trusting that the sacrifices they make now will pay off in the future, even if the outcome is not immediately clear. Moreover, sacrifice involves learning to balance your ambitions with compassion for yourself. The drive for success can often be overwhelming, pushing you to work longer hours, hustle harder, or sacrifice more. However, without balance, this relentless pursuit can lead to burnout. It's essential to sacrifice the unhealthy pressure to be constantly productive and make time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. When you take care of your physical, emotional, and mental health, you're able to sustain your efforts in the long run. Creating a life of purpose and success requires finding harmony between pushing forward and taking care of yourself. The sacrifices you make today will shape the future you create tomorrow. Every decision to give up a comfort, a habit, or a distraction is an investment in the life you want to live. However, it's important to remember that sacrifice doesn't mean giving up joy or fulfillment. In fact, the sacrifices you make today allow you to experience deeper satisfaction and fulfillment in the future. By focusing on long-term success, you are laying the foundation for a life that's more rewarding, more meaningful, and more in line with your true desires. One of the essential components of sacrifice is the ability to maintain perspective. It's easy to become fixated on the sacrifices you've made, feeling resentment or regret. However, it's important to keep your eyes on the bigger picture. Every sacrifice you make is an investment in your future, and while it may feel difficult in the short term, it is leading you to something far greater. When you focus on the value of your sacrifices rather than the discomfort, you are more likely to remain motivated and continue on your path. Sacrifice requires a high degree of personal integrity. It's about being honest with yourself about what you are willing to give up and why. Integrity means not only keeping your promises to others, but also keeping promises to yourself. When you sacrifice something for the sake of your goals, you must do so with the understanding that you are honoring your own commitments and values. Living with integrity ensures that your sacrifices are intentional, purposeful, and aligned with your highest priorities. Another important aspect of sacrifice is learning how to say no. Saying no is a form of sacrifice, as it often means turning down opportunities or requests that could be enticing or rewarding in the short term. However, saying no is necessary to protect your time, focus, and energy. By saying no to things that don't align with your goals, you say yes to your vision and to the sacrifices that will get you there. Saying no allows you to maintain discipline and avoid distractions, ensuring that you stay committed to your path. Sacrifice also helps you develop a strong sense of self-reliance. When you make sacrifices to achieve your goals, you learn to rely on your own abilities, decisions, and resources. Success is rarely the result of outside help or luck. It comes from personal drive and determination. By sacrificing the need for external validation or support, you become more confident in your ability to navigate challenges and create your own success. This self-reliance empowers you to keep moving forward, regardless of obstacles. In conclusion, sacrifice is a vital component of success. Every sacrifice, whether it's time, comfort, relationships, or security, is a conscious decision to invest in a brighter, more fulfilling future. The sacrifices you make today set the stage for the accomplishments you will achieve tomorrow. Though it may be difficult at times, sacrifice is not about giving up everything for success, but about giving up what doesn't align with your true purpose. By embracing sacrifice, you create a life of meaning, fulfillment, and achievement, and ultimately unlock your greatest potential. Chapter 15. Staying focused amid distractions. In a world filled with constant distractions, staying focused on your goals has become more challenging than ever. Distractions are inevitable in modern life. Social media notifications, emails, phone calls, and the constant pull of entertainment and leisure activities can derail even the most determined individuals. However, the ability to stay focused is a crucial skill for achieving success. This chapter explores the importance of focus, the types of distractions that can interfere with your progress, and strategies to maintain concentration despite the chaos around you. The first step in staying focused amid distractions is recognizing the power of your attention. Your attention is one of your most valuable resources. Where you direct your attention determines where your energy flows and ultimately where your results lie. Distractions are essentially energy leaks that take your attention away from the tasks that matter most. By consciously choosing where to focus your attention, you can ensure that your energy is aligned with your highest priorities, rather than being scattered across trivial matters. It's also important to acknowledge that distractions don't just come from external sources. They can also come from within. Negative self-talk, doubts and fears can distract you from your goals, preventing you from fully committing to the tasks at hand. These internal distractions are often more insidious because they can be harder to identify. However, recognizing them and addressing them head-on is crucial for maintaining focus. You must learn to silence the noise in your mind and recenter yourself on your objectives. One of the most common external distractions in today's world is digital devices. The constant barrage of notifications, messages, and emails can easily pull you away from important work. The key to overcoming digital distractions is to create boundaries for your technology use. Turn off non-essential notifications, set specific times to check emails and messages, and create designated periods of focused work where you are free from digital interruptions. By controlling your relationship with technology, you regain the power to focus on what truly matters. Another powerful strategy for staying focused amid distractions is creating a dedicated workspace. Your environment plays a significant role in your ability to concentrate. A cluttered, noisy, or chaotic space can make it difficult to maintain focus. By setting up a workspace that is organized, quiet, and free from unnecessary distractions, you create an environment that supports concentration and productivity. This physical separation between work and leisure can help train your brain to associate certain spaces with focus and productivity. Time management is also crucial for staying focused. The more you plan your time, the more control you have over your attention. When you have a clear schedule and defined tasks, distractions are less likely to derail your progress. Break your day into focused blocks of time, each dedicated to a specific task or set of tasks. This approach, known as time blocking, helps you stay on track and minimizes the temptation to wander off task. Prioritizing your time ensures that you devote your attention to what matters most, rather than being pulled in a million different directions. A key factor in staying focused is understanding the difference between productive and non-productive distractions. Not all distractions are inherently bad. Some may be a necessary break to recharge. For instance, stepping away from your work to take a walk or engage in a short conversation can refresh your mind and help you return to your tasks with renewed focus. However, other distractions, such as mindlessly scrolling through social media or binge-watching TV shows, contribute little to your long-term success. It's important to distinguish between distractions that help you recharge and those that drain your energy and derail your focus. One of the most effective ways to stay focused is to set clear and specific goals. When you know exactly what you need to accomplish, distractions become easier to avoid. A clear goal provides direction and a sense of purpose, making it easier to resist the temptation to stray from your tasks. Additionally, breaking down larger goals into smaller, actionable steps can help maintain focus. The more specific and tangible your goals are, the easier it will be to stay on track and avoid distractions. Building a habit of focus requires practice. Just like any other skill, focus is something you can improve with time and repetition. Start small by dedicating short periods of time to intense focus, gradually increasing the length of these sessions as you get more comfortable. Consistency is key. The more often you practice focused work, the better you become at maintaining attention despite distractions. Over time, you'll find it easier to resist interruptions and remain fully engaged in the task at hand. Another powerful strategy for staying focused is mindfulness. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment and aware of your thoughts and feelings without judgment. When you practice mindfulness, you become more attuned to the distractions in your mind and body, allowing you to gently redirect your attention back to your work. Mindfulness also helps you remain calm and centered, even when external distractions arise. It teaches you to recognize distractions without becoming overwhelmed by them, enabling you to refocus with ease. To stay focused amid distractions, it's also important to build mental resilience. Distractions, especially those that are persistent, can wear you down and drain your willpower. Mental resilience allows you to push through these moments of temptation and maintain your focus on the task at hand. Developing mental resilience requires consistent effort, self-awareness, and the ability to bounce back from setbacks. By strengthening your mental fortitude, you become less susceptible to distractions and more capable of staying focused, even in the face of adversity. One often overlooked aspect of staying focused is the importance of rest. While it may seem counterintuitive, taking regular breaks is essential for maintaining long-term focus. Working for extended periods without rest can lead to burnout, making it harder to concentrate. The key is to balance focused work with strategic breaks. Follow the Pomodoro technique or a similar method where you work intensely for a set period and then take a short break. This approach helps maintain energy and concentration levels, ensuring that you stay productive without overtaxing your mind. Staying focused also requires cultivating a sense of discipline. Discipline is the ability to stay committed to your goals and take consistent action, even when distractions arise. Developing discipline involves practicing self-control and resisting the urge to give in to short-term temptations. It's about making a conscious decision to stay on track and prioritizing your long-term goals over immediate gratification. When you cultivate discipline, you train your mind to resist distractions and stay focused on what matters. Another technique for maintaining focus amid distractions is practicing time awareness. This involves being mindful of how you spend your time and being conscious of when distractions occur. By tracking your time, you can identify patterns of distraction and make adjustments to improve your focus. Use tools like time tracking apps or simple timers to monitor your progress and stay accountable. This practice encourages you to make the most of your time and helps you become more aware of when you're slipping into distractions. A key aspect of staying focused is eliminating multitasking. Although it may seem efficient to juggle multiple tasks at once, research shows that multitasking can actually reduce productivity and impair focus. When you try to do too many things at once, you spread your attention thin, making it harder to complete any task with excellence. Instead, commit to single tasking, focusing on one task at a time. This allows you to give your full attention to each task, increasing the quality of your work and the speed with which you complete it. To stay focused, it's essential to stay motivated and maintain a strong sense of why you're doing what you're doing. Motivation acts as a powerful driving force that pushes you to continue working, even when distractions tempt you to stray. When you clearly understand your purpose and the reasons behind your goals, staying focused becomes easier. Regularly remind yourself of your why, whether through visualizations, affirmations, or journaling. This will help keep you aligned with your goals and focused on the bigger picture. Another powerful way to maintain focus is by surrounding yourself with a supportive environment. Your environment plays a significant role in your ability to stay concentrated. Eliminate clutter, organize your workspace, and minimize distractions. A clean, organized environment fosters mental clarity and focus. If possible, surround yourself with individuals who are also committed to their own goals and who can help keep you accountable. A supportive environment helps reinforce your commitment to staying focused and productive. Finally, it's important to have a mindset that embraces focus as a lifelong practice. Focus is not something that you master once and then forget about. It requires ongoing effort and awareness. Recognize that distractions are part of life, but your ability to stay focused is something you can continually strengthen. Embrace the challenges of maintaining focus and view them as opportunities to build your mental muscle. With practice, staying focused amid distractions will become second nature, enabling you to achieve greater success in everything you do. In conclusion, staying focused amid distractions is a skill that takes time and effort to master. It requires an understanding of the importance of your attention, the ability to manage both external and internal distractions, and a commitment to long-term goals. By creating the right environment, setting clear goals, practicing mindfulness, and building mental resilience, you can stay focused and productive even in the face of constant distractions. Remember, focus is the key to turning your dreams into reality, and with persistence, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Another important aspect of staying focused amid distractions is learning how to deal with interruptions in a constructive way. Distractions are often unavoidable, and interruptions can come from co-workers, family members, or external sources. Rather than allowing these interruptions to derail your progress, develop strategies to handle them effectively. This might mean politely setting boundaries by letting others know when you need uninterrupted time, or using techniques like the 2-minute rule, where you handle brief interruptions quickly so they don't consume your focus for long. Handling interruptions in a calm and efficient manner can prevent them from breaking your concentration. Staying focused also requires recognizing the value of setting personal boundaries. In today's interconnected world, people often feel pressured to respond instantly to emails, messages, or requests. However, this constant need to be on can fragment your attention and undermine your focus. By setting clear boundaries, such as designating certain hours for focused work and others for checking messages or responding to emails, you reclaim your time and attention. It's important to respect your own boundaries as much as you respect the boundaries of others. This allows you to manage distractions and stay focused on the task at hand. A significant part of staying focused is understanding the importance of taking ownership of your time. You cannot expect to stay focused if you allow others or external factors to dictate how your time is spent. Being proactive about your schedule and planning ahead can help you stay on track. This might involve creating a daily to-do list, setting aside dedicated work blocks, and ensuring that your calendar is aligned with your priorities. When you take ownership of your time, you regain control over where your attention is directed and avoid the pull of distractions. Additionally, practicing focus is similar to strengthening any other muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. One way to train your focus is by practicing mindfulness during even the most mundane tasks. Whether you're doing household chores, eating, or walking, bring your full attention to the task at hand. This not only improves your ability to concentrate in general, but it also trains your mind to stay present in all situations. Developing a habit of mindfulness in everyday life enhances your ability to stay focused when you need to tackle more complex or important tasks. Building a routine that includes regular check-ins with your goals is another powerful strategy for maintaining focus. When you regularly review your goals, it keeps them fresh in your mind and allows you to assess your progress. By checking in on your objectives, you remind yourself why you're focusing on a particular task and ensure that your efforts are aligned with your long-term vision. This periodic review reinforces your commitment to staying focused and helps you course-correct when necessary. A huge part of maintaining focus is learning to recognize and resist the urge to procrastinate. Procrastination is often driven by fear, uncertainty, or the desire for perfection. When faced with a challenging task, it can be tempting to delay starting it, but the longer you put it off, the harder it becomes to focus. To overcome procrastination, break the task down into smaller, manageable steps. Tackling one small part at a time makes it easier to stay focused and less overwhelming. By building momentum with these small steps, you'll find it easier to continue working toward completion. An effective way to stay focused is by learning how to manage your thoughts. Mental distractions such as worrying about what's next or replaying negative thoughts can break your concentration. One way to deal with mental distractions is through meditation or deep breathing exercises. These practices help calm the mind, reduce anxiety, and allow you to refocus on the task at hand. By practicing mindfulness techniques regularly, you strengthen your ability to stay present and focused during work or any activity that requires sustained attention. Another critical factor in staying focused is having a sense of urgency. Sometimes distractions creep in because we believe we have plenty of time. However, by cultivating a sense of urgency, you give yourself the motivation to act now rather than later. This can be achieved by setting deadlines, limiting the amount of time you allocate to certain tasks, or creating a sense of pressure to complete work efficiently. When you approach tasks with urgency, you're less likely to procrastinate or give in to distractions. Having a sense of urgency drives you to work with focus and intensity. The act of prioritizing tasks is also a vital strategy for maintaining focus. When faced with multiple tasks, it's easy to jump from one to another without completing anything. Instead, identify your most important tasks and focus on them first. By ranking your tasks according to urgency and importance, you can direct your energy toward what truly matters. This prevents the temptation to spend time on less important tasks or allow distractions to hijack your focus. Focused work on the highest priority tasks brings the most value and leads to greater accomplishments. To enhance your focus, it's essential to break your tasks into smaller chunks. Large tasks can feel overwhelming and can cause you to lose focus before even getting started. When you break tasks down into smaller, more manageable pieces, they become less daunting and your focus can remain sharp. This method, known as the divide and conquer approach, helps you keep your attention on one step at a time rather than getting distracted by the big picture. By focusing on completing smaller tasks, you build momentum and progress steadily toward your overall goal. In addition, having an accountability system in place can greatly improve your ability to stay focused. Whether it's a colleague, a mentor, or a friend, having someone to check in with can help you stay on track. This person can provide motivation, encouragement, and even constructive feedback to ensure that you remain focused on your goals. Accountability encourages discipline and prevents distractions from derailing your efforts. Knowing that someone else is invested in your success helps you maintain focus and stay committed to your tasks. Another powerful strategy for staying focused is to practice self-compassion. Many people struggle with staying focused because they are too hard on themselves. When you make a mistake or get distracted, you might feel discouraged or frustrated. However, self-compassion allows you to acknowledge setbacks without judgment. Instead of being critical of yourself, recognize that distractions are a part of the process. Treat yourself with kindness and move forward with a positive mindset. Self-compassion helps you avoid self-blame and empowers you to refocus on your goals. Creating a daily habit of focus also involves reducing external clutter. A cluttered physical environment can lead to a cluttered mind. Make it a habit to organize your workspace, remove unnecessary distractions, and create a setting conducive to concentration. A clean, organized space reduces stress and makes it easier to focus. When everything has its place, you spend less time searching for items or being distracted by messes. This simple habit can significantly improve your focus and productivity. One of the most common reasons people struggle with staying focused is mental fatigue. The longer you work without breaks, the harder it becomes to concentrate. To maintain focus over extended periods, it's essential to incorporate regular rest periods into your routine. Use techniques like the Pomodoro technique, where you work for a set period and then take a short break. These brief breaks give your mind the chance to recharge, preventing burnout and improving your ability to focus when you return to your tasks. Staying focused also means maintaining a healthy balance between work and rest. You may feel tempted to push through long hours of work, believing it will increase productivity, but this can actually have the opposite effect. When you deprive yourself of rest, your cognitive function and concentration begin to decline. Ensuring that you get adequate sleep, take breaks, and engage in activities that rejuvenate you is essential for sustaining focus in the long term. A well-rested mind is sharper, more productive, and better able to concentrate on tasks. Lastly, embracing focus as a long-term habit rather than a short-term effort is crucial for sustained success. Focus is not something you simply do for a few hours and then forget about. It's a mindset that needs to be cultivated continuously. The more consistently you practice focus, the easier it becomes to ignore distractions and stay on task. Over time, you develop a strong ability to concentrate, even in the most distracting environments. The key to lasting focus is to treat it as a lifelong skill that requires ongoing practice and commitment. In conclusion, staying focused amid distractions is a skill that requires intentional effort, self-discipline, and consistency. By creating a structured environment, managing your time wisely, setting clear goals, and practicing mindfulness, you can significantly improve your ability to concentrate. Staying focused is not just about avoiding distractions, but about developing the mindset and habits that keep you on track toward your long-term goals. Focus is the foundation for success, and with perseverance, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. You've heard the truth. Nobody cares. But that's not a setback. It's your biggest opportunity. It's time to take full responsibility for your life and take massive action. Your dreams won't work unless you do. Keep pushing, stay disciplined, and remember, success is earned, not given. As you continue on this journey, know that you have everything you need within you to achieve greatness. Now get up, get to work, and make your success inevitable. The world won't wait, and neither should you.